Hello, and welcome to the Southern Belle NOLA channel. I'm your hostess, Southern Belle, and this is the Bargains by Belle auction. Thank you ever so much for being here. Tonight is a special auction. Why? Well, it tonight is the Saturday snack hour, but it is also our Christmas in July. A bunch of y'all messaged me saying, "Are we still having snack hour or is it just Christmas?" And the answer is both. I have to tell you, I have a hard time figuring out how to tie snacks and Christmas together. And then last night, as I was trying to sleep, I was still awake at like 3 in the morning. And the answer came to me, cookie cutters. It's both for snacks and for Christmas. So I was super excited that I thought of a way to tie it together for the first Belle's Bargain Bonanza round. But let me go to the top of the chat and let's start saying some hellos. Okay, running our chat tonight, my newest moderator, such a gift from God, Melissa McIntosh. And she says, ready for some snacks and some Christmas cheer. Oh, she is so good with the phrasing. I love that, Melissa. And thank you so much for running tonight's chat. Here's another sister in Christ and woman of faith, Nancy Smith. Hello. Also a snack lover. So Saturday snack hour is a great time to be here. Next, I see Jennifer Chesney. Thank you ever so much for being here, Jennifer. Oh, and look at this. It's our King Ballerino, and he's been a member for not 1 but 2 months. And he is our high level member, which is why he's not merely a ballerino, he's a queen ballerina, or in his case, King Ballerino. So all hail King Ballerino Craig. And if y'all would like to join the membership, memberships are still available in multiple levels. Whether you want to just be a ballerina or ballerino, maybe you want to be a king or queen, you can do that. And your name will be in green. Oh, and look, Craig gifted a membership. Well, we've got to celebrate that and let the good times roll.
So let's dance, let's sing, let's shout to the rhythm of life, day and night. Let's say, Liverpool, let's roll. Let the good times roll, let the good times roll. With gratitude in our soul, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll, let the good times roll. With gratitude in our soul, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll, let the good times roll.
Woohoo! We are certainly letting the good times roll by gifting a membership. I hope that Darlene sees that message. I know that YouTube usually does send people who aren't here in the chat a message when they've been gifted a membership. And I think Darlene is just going to be pleased as punch to receive a membership. Hopefully she'll come in today and then she'll realize that her name is in green and she'll be like, what happened? And we can tell her the great news. Or maybe she'll see the email and say, oh, I just got gifted a membership. I got to get over there and see what that Southern Belle lady's selling tonight. Oh, Janice M., so great to see you. Jocelyn or Josisi, so glad to see you. Welcome. And Mr. Craig takes a bow for his shout out and his recognition of being our King of Ballerino and for his gifted membership. And I see we have Laurie Ketcher here. Hello. And in case y'all are wondering, I was supposed to have a co-host, but apparently it doesn't work with the restream. So sorry to hear that. If you're listening, though, shout out to ICU Michelle. Hopefully, she can jump in the chat and at least join us. Hello, Kim. I know so many Kims. Kim, do I know you, sweetheart? There are so many Kims, but hello. Hello, hello. Always great to see new people. I'm not sure which Kim this is. And there's Crochet Queen Kathy. Hello, hello. And if I missed anybody in the chat, hello, jump in if you're lurking and say hi. Oh, look, I think I have a guest after all. Hello, hello. I see you,
Hi.
Michelle. Welcome to Southern Belle Nola.
Hey, babe. Can you hear me?
I can. You're a little bit low. If you could raise your volume or project a little bit, that would be great. But if not, we will understand and make it work.
That's okay. I'm here. Finally. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'm just glad you figured it out. You know, anytime you're using a new system, there are bumps in the road. So I'm just glad that you were here and accepted my invitation to co host. I've been missing you, girl. And for anybody that might not know my co host, I see you. Her first name is Michelle. Do you want to tell everybody who might not know you a little bit about yourself? Maybe I should have asked if she can hear me.
I can, but it's lagging really bad.
Okay.
So if I'm slide, but I'm here.
All right.
And
Okay. Well, if I miss
nurse
anything in the chat, you just let me know.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were telling about being a nurse.
Yeah, I've been a nurse 33 years. I'm retired now. I love people. I love chatting. I crochet a lot. And that's about it.
Well, thank you so much for being here. For those of y'all that may not know, when I first started out auctioning, before I even had my own auction, ICU was one of my first friends. And she was one of the kind Christian women that supported me and encouraged me and told me I could do this. I had a lot to learn, and I still have a lot to learn and still make mistakes, but pick myself off and dust myself off and stand up and keep endeavoring to do better. And she's a great woman of faith and prayer warrior that encourages me and keeps me going. Even when I fall down, she's a wonderful cheerleader behind the scenes. So year after year after year, I have treasured my friendship with ICU.
And I have treasured my friendship with you, babe.
Aw.
You've been awesome.
And I see in the chat, our new friend Kim says that she's in Canada in New Brunswick. Okay, well, that tells me so much because I was thinking about 5 different Kims. None of them are in Canada, so she's a new friend to us all. Everybody, you'll make sure to make Miss Kim feel welcome.
Hi, Miss
And we're
Kim?
We're going to get this auction started because I think I hear something.
And I don't think that's
Okay,
Santa
and
Claus.
well, we're going to have Christmas in July tonight, but not until after our Saturday snack hour. So I kept trying to figure out how I could combine Saturday snack hour and Christmas in July. And that's when I came up with the idea of Christmas cookie cutters. So I thought it's going to be a two birds, one stone because some of the best snacks are homemade Christmas cookies, whether you're making them for yourself, for your friends, your family, a gift exchange, even as a present. So, but I want to let everybody know if your dream is pink, you possibly want to bid, then go ahead and send your list. You click in the corner of the screen and the list of the let you know where and shipping address. That way I know where to send your invoice and where to send the items you win. Once you've done that, you can bid in numbers. I ask that you bid in numbers. That way I have a legal representation that you knew how much was going to be on your invoice. For invoices, I use the PayPal software. You have a choice of paying with Zelle or PayPal. Zelle is actually my preferred method of payment because there are absolutely no fees. PayPal charges big fees and even fees on shipping. But I accept PayPal because you lost my sound? Oh, I'm back. Okay. But I accept PayPal because that's how you can pay with your debit card, your bank card, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, and even Venmo. I want to remind you that you do have to pay for absolutely everything you bid on. All sales are final. The only time you can retract is during an auction. All items are as is and where is. The method of shipping that I use is called Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship is a discounted shipping service that works with both UPS and USPS in order to get you the deepest discounted rates. Those discounted rates are based on three criteria: the weight of the package, the dimensions of the package, and the distance from your zip code to mine. I ship from a suburb of New Orleans, Louisiana. That's why my channel name is Southern Belle NOLA. NOLA for New Orleans, Louisiana. So I say, laissez les bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll. Roll in your life, roll in your heart, roll in your soul. Roll on and on and on. So we're going to start out with a fun opening round that we call Belle's Bargain Bonanza. And in this round, everything starts out at just $1. Immediately following this round, we will fit in as many snacks as we can until the top of the hour. So Melissa's going to go ahead and put in $1 starting bid. For anybody who's new to my channel, I have a policy of Southern hospitality, and that means the bidding increments are only 10 cents. So starting out, we have choice of cookie cutters. The choices, and they're individually tagged and individually sold, so it is for choice. On the back row, we have a snowflake. In the middle, we have jolly old St. Nicholas, who could be a Santa. Down here in my area, we call him Papa Noel. Then we have an angel on the end. On the front row, we have a stocking, a candy cane, and a snowman. Now, Michelle, do you like to bake?
I do.
Have you ever
I
baked
love it.
Christmas cookies?
I used to years ago a lot, but now mostly my grandbabies bake them and I eat them.
Oh, nice. Great question, Nancy. I invoice on Wednesday, Thursdays, so people have a chance to combine their purchases from tonight, Monday, and Tuesday. Now, I've recently started when people have a total of less than $20, because shipping increases, costs just keep going up. I have been holding boxes to combine for 2 weeks. In fact, I sent Michelle a message like that. She bought two gorgeous hats. Not sure if you saw my message. Nancy, I
I
don't know
did.
if you saw my message either. So, therefore, it's something new that I'm trying with summer. But if everybody wants to be invoiced every week, it just hurts my heart when somebody buys, $4 and I have to charge them 6 or 7 in shipping. So, or I'm charging the same amount. So normally my days are Wednesday, Thursday, unless the amount is really small. Oh, hi, Sandy and Chewy. You got your package. Yay. I'm so excited. I hope you love it, love it, love it. And look who is back for a second time. It's Miss Lori J. I'm so glad you're here. I was hoping you enjoyed the first auction enough to come on back. Thank you, thank you. Everybody, welcome Lori J and Sandy and her faithful dog Chewy.
Hey,
Okay,
Lori,
so
baby. Hey, Chewy.
Craig, my King Bellarino with the high level membership, is in for $1. We're looking for $1.10. Well, we will pray for your phone then. You might want to plug it in. People are always saying that that helps. My phone is a landline, so there's no plugging it in. But I've heard a lot about people saying to plug in the phones. Have you heard that, Michelle?
A lot. A lot.
And if you end up missing part of the auction, you can always go back and watch the replay. I will totally honor the prices. Melissa says going
That's so
once.
sweet.
Are you okay? I hear beeping in the background. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I am.
good, good.
It's my sensor for my blood sugar. It's low. But I'm okay.
Do you need to get a snack? If you need to walk away for a few minutes, I will totally understand because your health is more important than sales.
I am eating a Pop Tart.
Okay, all right, good, good. Hoo-wee. Okay, being the foodie I am, I have to ask, what's the flavor of Pop Tart? Because they
Blueberry.
have like 50 flavors.
I'm a blueberry.
Oh, okay. Well, you might be excited when you see I have blueberry moon pies tonight then. Oh, you must know Lori J because she says hugs and prayers, my dear friend.
I love my Lori J. Love,
Well,
love,
she
love
is
her.
new to me, but she is just as sweet as can be. We had such a good time when she came to the last auction. I'm so glad she found my channel.
And can
Okay,
I
we
tell
are
you a little
sold.
secret?
Please, I love secrets.
Lori J is one of the, other than, well, it's a close first and second between Holy Spirit Jane and Lori J. But Lori J is an awesome mod, awesome,
Oh,
rock solid mod. She's a rock solid co host.
really? Well, I may have to be sending her some
Your
emails to
mind
see
in
if
the
she wants to take a turn co-hosting then.
exactly.
I'm so glad you told
She's
me.
phenomenal. She's great.
Well, wonderful. Carla! Carla says my fave Pop Tart after all these years is still frosted strawberry. Okay, well, I got to talking, and Craig has won the bid, and it looks like Craig is going to take one of each. Okay, let me get out one of each then. Okay, so here is a snowflake, Santa, angel. Here is a stocking. Here is a snowman. And he bought the only candy cane. Okay, anybody else? I've only sold out of one. I still have more. Also, I don't know if I told you or showed these, but these are stainless steel. They're new with tag, and they have a little rim around here because without the rim, when you're pushing down, you can actually hurt your hands. So this gives you a soft rubber edge where you are pushing down. Also, I've heard people use these for crafts. They will use these like a stencil and trace around it. Okay, anybody else? Otherwise, we're gonna move on to snacks. Because I talked so long, I don't know that I'm gonna have a chance to show too many before our cutoff time at the top of the hour. Might have to go a little bit longer, but I will try to keep it to just one to the top of the hour. Okay, last call on these. I'm about to push them to the side, and we're going to start snack hour. Okay, first snack is one that I have sold so many times. People loved it, and then I couldn't get it. Couldn't get it. I kept trying to get it. I couldn't get it. This is the big family size of a German snack. These are called peanut puffs. These are crunchy corn snacks with freshly ground peanuts. And these are an authentic German food. We're going to start these at $3. And this is the big family size bag. Here's my ruler. I know sometimes when people show snacks, you're thinking, wait, is that an ounce? Is that two? Is that a single size? Is it a shareable size? This is the big family size. Big family size, and still, I'm only starting it at 3. Also, oh, let me show you the date on the back. Here's the date. It is good till October 20th. But I'm going to make this for choice because that way I can show more snacks at one time. If you love barbecue chips, and I love barbecue chips, these are baked barbecue chips. So baked is a healthier version. I only have one of these. Only have one of these. The date is also in October. And then lastly, if you want the healthy version, these are called rind. Keep it real, eat the peel. It's cocoa melon, skin on dried fruit. And it's kind of like a trail mix in that you have two totally separate dried fruits, but they're mixed together. So the first one is crispy coconut, and the second one is sweet watermelon. But it's trail mix style. So if you grab a handful, you're going to get some of each. So 3 totally different snacks here. Looking for $3 starting there.
See how good she is?
Oh,
You
well,
could,
thank you. Normally, I'd be
you could,
worried if somebody knew how to make the list, but if you
oh no.
know her, then I'm sure there won't be a problem. And Melissa will breathe a sigh of relief because Melissa said, "Well, if for some reason I see you can't, I will try to both type and write the list, but it might slow me down a little." So Melissa is also going to be sending some love to Lori J. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate that.
We love you.
Aw.
Lori said
Okay.
angel.
Do we actually have a bid for three? I see we're looking for 310. Who was in for three? Okay, Carla's in for
Carla.
315.
Oh,
Wait, we have 10-cent bidding increments. Oh, but we'll take 15 cents as long as it's 10 cents or more. You can bid with any amount in your couch cushion, in your washing machine, or that you just looked down on the street and found. Today I went grocery shopping and there was a cart waiting for me, so I ended up getting that person's quarter back.
oh,
Helped to pay for my loaf of bread.
that was a blessing in
It
disguise.
was. I also found I get those skinny sandwiches, and there was $1 off sticker on them. So I
Oh,
was
yeah.
excited at that.
I love surprises, especially in the grocery store.
Okay, did we count this down? I got to talking. Oh, you started us off. Okay, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry, sometimes I get to talking. I know my co host is on here to help me read the chat, and then I get to talking to them, and I still lose track of what's happening in the chat. Oh, my.
Face it, Belle, we're just cute. People don't
Oh,
mind.
well.
Just be cute.
Can I be cute all the way to the bank? I tried to be
Yeah.
cute all the way to the post office today, and I thought the postal holiday was just yesterday. And all of my USPS that was sitting out in front of my house got picked up, my fun. But everything that was being mailed out UPS, I got to my local store that takes the UPS. And I noticed nobody was there and there were no lights on. And then there was a tiny little sign that says, "We'll be closed from the 4th through the 6th." I'm like, 3 days for one holiday?
Yep.
So I
Yep.
had to send out some messages of shame saying, "You got a printout that from pirate ship that I had mailed out your package." But actually, it was just that I had printed out the label. I drove all the way to the place that receives my UPS, and they were locked. So I had to drive myself all the way back. I didn't dare run errands with it in the back seat because you run in even for a minute and it is, 300, 400, 500 degrees inside the car. And I just didn't want merchandise to be subjected to that. So, all right, here
Right.
we go. Okay, I have multiple peanut puffs. When I finally got restocked on these, I bought a whole case. So y'all let me know how many you would like. I see we have Nancy. Maybe just one then because she hasn't tried them before. Any of y'all that have had these in the past, y'all feel free to um, describe their taste. Okay, anybody else?
I've never had them either.
Oh, well, the description is crunchy corn snacks with freshly ground peanuts. And of
Hmm.
course, warning to those with peanut allergies. I'm sure that goes without saying because they're called peanut puffs, but they're an authentic German food.
Hmm.
Okay, last call on these, y'all. If anybody else wants these will be available on the replay. All right, next I want to show you something that I think you can probably only get in my area. When I was growing up, Zaps were the first chips I ever tried. The original Zaps Chippery is in a little town, about 15 minutes from my school. So when we had school cafeteria lunches, we got the little 1 ounce bags, and they have several different flavors. This is the original and authentic flavor. And we're going to start these at $3. Now, normally I cannot afford to get and sell this bag for 3. Normally I pay $3 for it. But because of 4th of July, I was able to get these on sale. And therefore, I wanted to pass the savings on to y'all because people are constantly saying, we want more New Orleans flavors. We want more locally sourced items. And I'll show you
Miss,
on the back. It says our New Orleans kettle style chips are cooked to perfection and combined with premium ingredients. This special recipe results in a crunchier, tastier, and unique potato chip experience, which we hope you will prefer. We
Miss
thank you
Bell.
for buying our product. Yes.
I'm sorry, babe, but
Mhm.
apparently Miss Carla also wanted the last round of some chips, and her request did not show up in chat.
Oh, no. Okay. Carla, do you want to tell
She
me again what you wanted?
well, she came in second on the bidding,
Uh huh.
so we're asking her now
Okay.
what she wanted, which one she wanted, and Lori's gonna write it down for
Okay. Thank
us.
you so much, Laurie. I really appreciate you, sweetheart.
And so go ahead, keep going. We're just doing that in chat. Didn't want to get you confused.
Thank you so much. See, this is why I need a co host, y'all, because in moving items around and talking and trying to line things up for y'all, I just miss stuff. I miss stuff.
Yeah,
So I do
we
want to
won't
say
miss you.
Zaps is,
I'm
I
sorry.
do want, no, that's okay. We have such a lag that you don't know when I'm still talking and I don't know when you're still talking. I'm so sorry about that.
It's
Um,
okay.
Zapp's is no longer merely a local chippery. They were bought out by the UTZ group. So they have expanded lots further. I see you in the chat, Carla. You're saying, are my chats not showing up? There's always the chance that there was some little word in your chat that was a blocked word or just somehow was caught in the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, it's because of that. It something, whatever word, just mm, if you have to, Carla. Um, if you have to, Carla, you can always email me or something, or you can email Belle something, and I don't know what word she might be using.
I'm not sure. But I'm not sold out of anything. So, regardless of what you wanted to buy, it should be all good.
Yes.
And I might be going a little fast only because I'm trying to cram as many snacks into snack hour as I can. And I've got tons of great Christmas stuff to show you. But if I'm going too fast, instead of going to the top of the hour, we could make it a true hour. I don't know exactly what random time I started after the hellos. So that's why I always just say it's 7 to 8 because the top of the hour is easier to keep up with. Yes, Carla and I do email, and everybody
Okay.
can see my email because it's in the corner of the screen. So, does
Yeah.
anybody want to try? This is the big family size bag of chips. Once again, you'll see this is not the little 1 ounce that you have with a sandwich. This is a big um, family size bag, and these are kettle cooked chips, but they do have a zippy Cajun flavor to them. So, if you want to experience the taste of New Orleans, here's your opportunity. Looking for $3 starting bid for Zapp's potato chips. And the date on these is in December. So you've got plenty of time if you accidentally forget about it. Miss Laurie's in for three.
The green-nosed reindeer. Carla.
Well, down in New Orleans, we don't need a red-nosed reindeer because our sleigh is pulled by gators, and the lead gator's name is Boudreaux, and his nose doesn't light up at all. And the reason is he doesn't need a nose that lights up because he follows the bonfires on the levee of the Mississippi.
Ooh, okay.
And if you've ever read The Cajun Night Before Christmas, you will hear all about Papa Noel, the Gators, Boudreaux, and the bonfires on the levee of the mighty Mississippi. Yes, your chat worked. Every now and then, you'll just accidentally hit on a word that might be blocked, or sometimes it'll be a typo, and um, the typo might be a blocked word, but you're good. Okay, anybody else? If there's no further interest, we can go ahead and count this down. I'd also like to ask the 22 people that are watching, go ahead and click the thumbs up. It's a free and easy way you can support my YouTube channel. That way YouTube knows
Click
that
it.
you approve of my content and they will share me out. I wonder if
Click
that's how
it.
Lori
Click it.
found me last week. Oh, it's on your end. Okay. Well, hang in there, Carla. We're glad to have you, and we can always fix anything that happens.
Yes.
Well,
If
it's
you
not
just email.
Santa and eight gators, it's Papa Noel, because Noel is the French word for Christmas.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, if you've ever heard the Christmas carol, The First Noel, it means the first Christmas, because Noel is the French word for Christmas.
Oh, okay. Lori's taken two.
Okay, I've got a few left. While these were on sale, I bought a case because I thought, after the holiday, I'm not going to be able to get more because they were only on sale for this patriotic holiday. Anybody else? Yes, 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 yes. I bought a case of 12. So I have 12. Melissa's so sweet, worried if I have enough. I love that about her.
No,
You take such a good care of me.
Melissa is precious. I love her.
She is. She is my newest mod, and she is doing a fantastic job.
She's
All right,
amazing.
anybody else before we go on to something else?
Joyce. Josie.
Okay,
She's gonna
Jocelyn's
take
going to try
one.
some of these fabulous chips. Yay.
I might as well try one too. Do you need me to type it?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
You can voice
Well,
bid, and Melissa will put that in for you, and Lori will add it to the list,
yeah.
and I'll add it to
Lori,
your
add me
hats.
there. Okay.
Okay. Anybody else before we move on? All right. Next, who likes pretzels? I have Pop Daddy pretzels, but these aren't plain pretzels. No, no, no. These are made with flavor so bold. It's lip smacking and finger licking. These are going to be $3 for choice, and they are flavored pretzels. The first flavor is not cheddar. So many snacks are made with cheddar. They go with smoked Gouda. I only have one of the smoked Gouda. Next one is garlic parmesan. And third flavor is cinnamon sugar. $3 starting bid for choice.
You've got to get the cinnamon sugar. You've got to.
And tell them why.
Because they're phenomenal. It's the perfect little sweet and salty, but because it's pretzels, it's low fat. So,
Well said.
Pop
All
Daddy.
right, looking for $3 starting bid.
Anybody? I'll need to try them.
Okay, last call on these. We will pass. We did have two of the three flavors last week, so I think a lot of my regulars have stocked up. The smoked Gouda is new. Oh, Janice is in for three. Okay, thank you,
Janice,
thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Another lady who likes her snacks.
Oh, Lori's familiar with them too.
Oh, that is high praise. Best pretzels ever.
Woo woo.
Thank you, thank you. So far, all the customers have given me great reviews, and that's why when I keep seeing new flavors, I keep picking them up to share with y'all. Just like I've been picking up new flavors of moon pies and of cookies. So when y'all say we like what you have, we just want more flavors, I'm going to be bringing more flavors of some of your favorites tonight. And if you read my
Did
Discord
you really?
messages, you know about the spoilers.
Did you really just say moon pies?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, 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 moon pies.
Wait till you see the flavors I have. I started out with one and I told everybody about how they used to throw them at Mardi Gras parades. And then people said, do they come in other flavors? So each week I'd add another flavor, add another flavor. And then I would sell out and then keep trying to work on finding new flavors. I got a new shipment of lemon in this week. Last week I was
Oh,
down to one. People were fighting over it. Life of Wanda, welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming back a
hi.
second week in a row.
Hello,
I've
Wanda.
seen the dill pickle, but I didn't know if my audience would like dill pickle. So if you or anybody wants the dill pickle, I can order it for you. But it's such a niche flavor that I thought, I'm afraid of being stuck with it. Okay, Janice is going to go for my one and only Gouda. Okay, anybody else? All right, anybody else? Still have garlic parmesan and cinnamon sugar left. I think we had a
Okay,
backup
I'm
bidder,
gonna.
didn't we?
I don't. I'm looking. I don't see a backup bidder.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Um, no, it was just Janice.
Okay. Oh, moon
But
pies don't come in dill pickle. She meant dill pickle in the Pop Daddy. And I believe the dill pickle is actually on a popcorn rather than a pretzel. I have yet to start selling the Pop Daddy popcorn. I started with just the pretzel. Okay,
now
so
I
Sandy's
see
going to go for
Sandy.
one of each.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she is.
All right. Last call. I'm about to scrape it to the side so we can look at some moon pies. Okay, so I have 5 flavors in total. My auction blog does not have room to stack all 5 flavors, so Melissa's going to put the 5 flavors in the chat. But this week I have blueberry. Oh, $3 starting bid. I have blueberry, lemon, banana, vanilla, and chocolate. So $3 starting bid, and we've got 5 choices. Looking for $3 starting bid.
Sweet Nancy, laughing at herself.
Now I'm sure y'all are all going to be like, well, you gotta get a bag and show them to us. I tell you, I have the hardest time deciding which cases to buy and order of the snacks for y'all. I truly do. But I usually will get just, one of this and one of that and see what y'all like first before I invest in like a whole case. So, once again, the flavors for this week are lemon, blueberry, banana, vanilla, and the original, which is chocolate.
Yum, yum, yum.
And for anybody who might be unfamiliar with a moon pie, you'll see the white in the middle is marshmallow and it has graham on either side, and then it has the coating. So the coating is the part where the flavor comes in.
And Nancy's in it through. Go, Nancy, go.
Okay, thank you, Miss Nancy. I love that I'm starting to finally get some regular snack viewers.
Who doesn't love snacks? Ooh.
Well, with the way groceries are just going up and the way gas is going up, so it just makes it so expensive to just drive back and forth to the store. And sometimes they don't have what you want when you get to the store, and you drove all that way for nothing. Plus, you made yourself tired walking through the parking lot, walking through the store, standing for what, 20 minutes in the line to check out. So sometimes, it's worth a few extra pennies to let a Southern Belle do some or all of your shopping for you.
And you cannot go in a grocery store and only pick up the one thing you're there for.
Oh,
You know you see 15 other things that you're out of. Jelly, peanut butter. Oh, I forgot I need mayonnaise. Yeah, I know.
and Nancy's saying, buying more to offset the cost of shipping is smart. So
It
that's one
is
of the
very.
reasons why I'm trying to let people accrue up to $20 in a box before I mail it to them. That way, y'all can save a little bit more. It just hurts my
Absolutely.
heart when shipping is as much as the bargain prices for which I sell items. Okay, so what flavors and what quantities can we get for you, Miss Nancy?
One banana.
Okay, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Anybody else? I have to tell you, I think the banana is great with chocolate ice cream, but that's just me. I'll also recommend if you're eating these just by themselves, put these on a napkin in your microwave for like 3 seconds. It makes it a little ooey gooey.
Hmm.
Although I've heard some people like them in the freezer. I'm not a freezer girl.
And I'm going to take one of each.
One of all five flavors?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. You can have a great chance to sample them and rank their orders. Y'all can have a whole moon
Oh,
pie
I know.
tasting.
I am from North Carolina, back in the Appalachian Mountains. I know about moon pie. Yeah, I do.
Well, Lori has never seen moon pies in flavors. What a treat! Lori
Lori,
is having to see them for the first time.
I love you, Teresa.
Hi,
Lori,
Teresa.
you've got to try. You got it. I and my favorite, my personal all-time favorite, is the blueberry. Oh, oh,
Hi, Teresa. Hi, Jen. Teresa, you missed some spicy Cajun chips tonight. But you can always pull back your line and let Miss Lori J, who's making the list, know if you want to add some or send me an email.
yeah.
Okay.
Hello,
Well, I
Gina.
understand if you've had plenty of sweets. I showed a bunch of salty snacks at the top, and I'm going to have some more salty coming up. All right, let's move these aside. Next, one more cookie. Now, y'all have been enjoying the sandwich cookies. I still have from the mixed case I bought strawberry filled, creamsicle filled, and lemon filled. But I was able to get the churros for the first time. That's right, the cream inside tastes like churro. Oh, Sandy wants a blueberry. Yay! Okay, so
Yay!
still $3 for choice. You can get the brand new churro, or if you want the strawberry, the creamsicle, or the lemon, those three are still available as well.
Amazing. You are finding some good stuff. You've upped your
Well, I know what
game.
my viewers ask. They ask for some new and interesting flavors. So every time I have something that sells, like when I brought out the moon pies, the next question was, don't you have other flavors? So, if you've got something good, you branch out, hoping to replicate the same success. If you have a great meal at a fast food place or a restaurant, you go back hoping the food's going to be just as good and the service is going to be just as good. And so I take that approach with auctions. I brought some sandwich cookies and they liked it, but they said, "Can you get some other flavors?" So then the next week, I came back with a strawberry and with lemon. Then I came with creamsicle, and tonight, for the first time, churro. So once I find out what my customers like, I keep trying to find different flavors. Teresa's in with three.
Whoop whoop. And Carla's trying so hard to be good, and we are just tempting her.
Well, I have to dox myself and say I didn't know what a churro was until I went to college. I went to Baylor University
Whoop
and
whoop.
got my BFA there, which is in Waco, Texas. And in Texas, they have churros everywhere. Every
Yep.
fast food place has churros. Roadside stands have churros. Food carts, food trucks have churros. Everything is churro flavored.
Yep.
And while a lot of the Mexican cuisine doesn't sit well with my stomach because cilantro tastes like soap to me and I don't like lime, I love the Mexican flavors of desserts, whether it's flan, whether it's churros. So I fell in love with that flavor and I noticed that it is working its way across the country in popularity.
Yes, it is.
All right. Anybody for 310? Otherwise, we're going to count these down. And okay, Melissa says going once.
What? Y'all don't like cilantro? Shame.
Oh, you have the same issue. Okay. So it's not just me.
I love cilantro, especially in my salsa.
Oh, okay.
Woo woo. Go, girls, go.
Okay. So our winner is Teresa.
No, stop that, Lori.
Okay, she's going to take lemon.
Soapy bleach. What is that flavor? Silly girl.
It's cilantro. ICU can probably tell us about it better than anything else, but there's a certain DNA note that where a certain percentage of the population, um, when they taste cilantro, it tastes like soap to them. But it's one of the DNA chromosome feature types. I don't know the medical jargon. She probably does. But it happens, I think it's 5-10% of the population has that.
Yeah, they say that. I just say your DNA has some very tough taste buds. That's all I say.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to forever think that Lori is my cilantro sister.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to pass on this. $3 for choice. Here's the next round of choices. Back up the camera here. You have 4 choices. First, I've got flavor infused sprouted almonds. These are maple cinnamon.
Mm.
Second, I have kettle cooked coconut, cashews. Toffee covered peanuts, sweet and crunchy, and they are kettle cooked. And last but not least, I have a taffy. And for any of you who are going to, slap my hand and says, but OG is the taffy seller. She is. I only sell flavors where my friend Colleen either can't get or doesn't choose to sell. So that's why I very rarely have taffy. It's always in limited quantities and it's always a flavor she doesn't sell. So the only flavor I have right now is maple.
Those
And maple is an exotic, fabulous flavor down here. But in her neck of the woods, they're like tired of maple. They see maple everywhere. So $3 per choice.
they can just run across the border and get some.
They probably could.
We can't do that down here.
Well, if you ran across the border, it wouldn't be to get maple things. It might be to get more churro flavored items.
I know.
Oh, I made her giggle.
That was cute, ma'am. Classic.
Okay. Oh, well, that's okay. I only have the one flavor, and of the one flavor, I think I only have 2 bags left. Maybe 3. So if anybody's interested, I'll look to see if I have 2 or 3. But we've got nuts, and some taffy.
Yep.
And technically, we're over the top of the hour, but I felt bad that I had gotten to talking, so I wanted to show a couple more things.
It's your show.
And then we'll get on to our Christmas in July.
It's your show.
I know, but I want to stick with the hour, and it gives people a reason to come back next Saturday. Because when it's only an hour, it's a limited time and a limited supply.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, last Monday, snacks were requested, and I'm a pushover anytime somebody requests snacks. So Jane's like, "Oh, just show the people some snacks. They'll still come back on Saturday for more." So indeed, I did show a whole bunch of snacks towards the very end of the telecast on Monday. Well, Sandy, you better not tell that to Jane, because that's the way Jane likes her bacon. It's super crispy and then with maple on top. So don't you let Jane hear you say that. All right, last call on these. Okay, one more item, and I think it's because this is going to appeal to everybody. This is going to be $5 starting bid. Why? Well, it's a 10-pack. And most of the time, when you buy a box of cookies or a bag of cookies, you got to pick one flavor. This one is variety. So you're going to get 2 of each flavor. Let me show you the flavors that are included. The first one is vanilla cream in a vanilla cookie. Second one is banana cream in a chocolate cookie. Then we have strawberry cream in a vanilla cookie. Orange cream in a vanilla cookie.
Amazing.
So 10 packages, that makes them only 50 cents a package. So great to put in school lunches, work lunches, in your purse for when you need a little snack or pick me up. Also great for portion control, because sometimes I'll be snacking while while watching an auction. I'm like, oh, did I eat that much of the package? I didn't realize because I was talking and chatting, and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have eaten half a package or a fourth of a package if I had realized. So the older I get, the more I now try to get things that are individually packaged just to help me with portion size. Some things are just so tasty that you get carried away.
Yeah, we do. But
And if you're the kind of person that gets tired of one kind of cookie, this is your solution. Since you've got the orange creamsicle, the strawberry creamsicle, the banana in the chocolate cookie, the vanilla in the chocolate cookie, and the vanilla in the vanilla.
but speaking on the nurse side of it, these are also perfect
Yes, ma'am.
size to have in your purse or your carry bag for diabetics who have a sudden sugar crash. So, just saying,
That's good to know. That's very good to know.
we should get Lisa over here and buy a package, and she can keep them by her desk.
Lady
Hi,
Braven!
baby.
And Merry Christmas to you. Our snack hour lasted a little extra long. I'm going to do one more item and then we're going to get on with Christmas. Oh, wait, Sandy was in. Sandy was in. I
I
pulled it too
see
fast.
her.
Okay. Any other interest? Oh, that's why you ordered them. Okay. Well, thank you so much for the testimonial, Lady Raven. I appreciate that. And y'all don't forget to click the thumbs up, pretty please. I see we have 23 watching. Hopefully we're at least at 20 thumbs because I think we started with 4 before the broadcast started. I'm kind of surprised Mr. Craig hasn't gotten in on some of these snacks, but he may have stepped away. Just your size. Aw, okay. All right, did we count these down?
She's
There we
doing it
go.
now.
And then I usually call this the snack hour, but I'm going to show an actual food item before we go to Christmas. It just seemed so novel that I was excited when I found it. And this is
Good.
going to be something I bought and cooked up and literally ate tonight before the broadcast. Well, I should say ate it for lunch. Oh, we're at 22. Okay, well, let's start working towards 30. Hopefully, we'll get to 40 before the night's over.
Woohoo.
Okay, how many, Sandy? And anybody else after Sandy?
Jump in line, girls. If you want cookies.
Yep, yep, yep.
Sandy's taking one.
Okay, anybody else? All right, last call on this one then. All right, let me show you the final item, which is actually more food than snack. Who loves macaroni and cheese? Now, I grew up eating the Kraft macaroni and cheese, and then they came out with the shells and cheese, and now Velveeta makes the mac and cheese. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I love Cheetos. Cheetos has now started making a mac and cheese. It says bold and cheesy, and it is. So if you wanted a stick to your bones pasta carbo load type meal, this is it. It truly is as cheesy and fabulous without the orange residue all over your fingers. I know some people use chopsticks that Cheetos have. But it truly has that taste. I wasn't sure if it would match up to the Cheetos taste. That's why I boiled some up. I added it. I wanted to make sure before I brought it to y'all. And it is that good. I now only want this flavor. $3 for this gourmet Cheetos mac and cheese.
And Teresa took
And if you're a person that likes to add stuff, oh, okay, great. Thank you so much, Teresa.
Teresa took some cookies.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, fantastic. And if you're a person who likes to add stuff to it, I usually do that. This particular time, I didn't add anything just because I wanted the true taste. But most of the time, I'll just cut up some andouille sausage and put it in there, or caramelize up some onions. You get the flaming hot one? Oh, that sounds painful. But okay. I didn't realize you like things that were that hot.
Yeah, to each their own.
Absolutely. Just like Lori likes the dill Pop Daddy. So okay. Anybody for this gourmet box? If you're tired of eating the same old mac and cheese and you want to see what you're missing, here's your opportunity for cheesy goodness. All right, your pass, and we're going to get started with Christmas. Now, I want to start with something that is old. I mostly sell items that are new, but I sometimes will blend in a few things that belonged to my parents. And this is one of those times. We're going to start these at $4 for choice. These are ornaments. Most ornaments now are that shatterproof kind. These are new in package, but they're glass. I don't think my parents ever got a chance to use these, or if they did, they put them back in the box. So I can't tell you either way. So I have 2 sets of the blue.
Those are pretty.
And I have just 1 set of the red. And if you noticed, the lines have an iridescent glitter to them. And here, the swirls have an iridescent glitter.
Beautiful.
Now, if you're saying, hey, I would rather individual ornaments, well, at the top of the next hour, I'm going to have some individual ornaments. Or if you're saying, I want those collectible Hallmark ones, I've got the collectible Hallmark ones coming up. Oh, hi, Ian. Hello, hello.
Hello, Ian.
So, we are starting these at 4 for choice. Now, not every auction will be a Christmas in July auction. I'm going to employ the strategy that Laurie Kutcher came up with last year, which is to start and end the July with an all Christmas auction. But in the meantime, You will see a few items in each auction right after you hear the bells, and you can always request to see a couple of Christmas items in any auction. So we'll have this item, this all Christmas, but you'll wrap them up. Okay, last call on these then. I know antique and vintage isn't for everybody, and glass is such a question mark. All right, let's see if there is any interest in puzzles. Okay, did you know they made Christmas puzzles? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right, we're going to start these at $5 for choice. Here is the first one. It is cats. Do we have any cat lovers out there? Look at these cute cats. And this one's dogs. So let's see which sells. Is it going to be the dog one or the cat one? This is one great way to see how my audience reacts, dogs or cats. Yes, these
Carla,
are new and sealed. Let me turn on my little light. Can y'all see where they're shrink wrapped? I got these at my
yep.
local liquidator. Once again, you'll see. So they are all new, sealed, and shrink wrapped.
And Carla is in.
Okay. Anybody want to bid it up? It's a fun family activity. And they say it counts as an advent calendar. I'm not quite sure how a puzzle is a calendar, but okay. All right. Melissa's in for 510.
Oh, so I know you put 42 pieces per day for 24 days. That's how they do it. So each day
Okay.
you work on 42 pieces. And by Christmas, your puzzle's done. Yeah,
Okay, fun.
cute.
Might be hard to limit yourself to only those pieces per day. That's going to take some self-control.
True.
But you could do multiple puzzles as well.
Yeah, you could have one of each on your table.
Or, it could be the kind of thing where maybe your kids or grandkids only visit on the weekends. So you do a whole week's worth of catching up on the advent calendar puzzles when they come over on the weekend.
Good idea.
Yes, I'm seeing now. If I had read more packaging, but IC is a lot smarter than I am. It does say 42 pieces per day for 24 days. Oh, and look, if I had turned it over, but I just got to talking. That's why it's great to have a co-host.
And I'm not
So
smart
apparently, they
like
also provide a puzzle mat to help you with the puzzle.
Oh,
And they've
that's
even
even better.
provided glue so that you could apply after the puzzle is completed. If you don't want
Oh,
to glue
Colin.
your finished puzzle and hang it on the wall, it's okay too. But it's nice that it comes with both the mat and the glue. Oh, look at this super chat. Thank you, Colleen. And Colleen did a fantastic job co hosting for me this past Tuesday. Let's all celebrate.
Woo-woo. I love you, Colleen.
So let's dance, let's sing, let's shout to the rhythm of life day and night. Let's say, libertole, let's roll. Let the good times roll, let the good times roll. With gratitude in our soul, let the good times roll, let the good times roll, let the good times roll, let the good times. So let's dance, let's sing, let's shout to the rhythm of life day and night. Let's say, libertole, let's roll. Let the good times roll, let the good times roll. With gratitude in our soul, let the good times roll, 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 let the good times roll. With gratitude in our soul, let the good times roll, let the good times roll, let the good times roll.
Woohoo! Thank you, Colleen. That was so kind and so generous. I'm so blessed. Thank you.
Sweet Colleen.
And Carla says, don't glue it and reuse it from year to year. You can absolutely do that. Just use the glue on something else. But I do love that that option is put in just in case. And who doesn't need some glue just to have in case? And I like that they also have the mat to lay it out on.
I
The
know.
extras just make it an added value. I probably should have started it at more than five, but hey, y'all are getting a great deal. Okay, by the wolf, I'm guessing Carla is picking the dog motif. Okay, thank you. Anybody want to pick the cat motif? Any love for our feline friends? Are you cat lovers gonna let only the dog one sell? All right, last call on the cat ones. And look, the cats are wearing little Santa hats. I mean, come on. Even if you're not a cat person, that's cute. That's super cute.
That is cute.
All right, well, last call. I realize not everybody is necessarily an animal person. So I don't own. Oh, Melissa takes the cats. Yay. So I don't only have animal puzzles. I've also got some other scenes. $5 starting bid for choice. Here is one of jolly old Saint Nick, Santa Claus, just like the classic um, book. And you'll see he's looking at the beautiful stockings hung by the chimney with care. Beautiful tree. So, oh, and look what's on the sofa. Nice handmade blanket quilt afghan. All right, so that's going to be the first choice. We'll call that, oops, little glare. We'll call that the Santa choice. This one looks like a Dickensian village. Look at the
Mm-hmm.
beautiful houses from 1800s England, the sleighs, the people. So we're going to start this at $5. And then while y'all are bidding on this, I want to tell you about one of my bucket list items. and I want to see if maybe ICU has ever been to this event. There is an event in Texas called Dickens on the Strand. And it is only one weekend every year, and it's only in this one town named Galveston, Texas. And what's really interesting about it is it kind of works like the Renaissance Festival, except the Renaissance Festival happens in every state and it's on like a fairgrounds. This is in an entire city. Hi, Katie Marie. I'm so glad you are
Katie.
back. And all of the restaurants, the theaters, the hotels, the souvenir shops, they all dress up like the Charles Dickens era. They all adopt these faux accents. Everybody embraces it because it's called Dickens on the Strand of Galveston. And everybody pretends for a whole weekend like they're in a Charles Dickens novel. And they have special plays and concerts and handbells and foodie events and tastings and all kinds of stuff. It has been on my bucket list since I was in college and people started telling me about it. Have you ever been?
I have.
You have! Is it as great as I
I
think it would
Yes, and I only live an
be?
hour and a half away from there,
Oh,
so yeah, it's real easy for us to go.
well, now you can see why it's been on my bucket list. It's really back in my college years.
You have to go, Bill. You have to. You have to.
Well, I've been to the Renaissance Festival in Texas, which is huge. And I've been to my local one in Louisiana, which oddly enough is in the same town where Laurie Kutcher lives. And I've liked both of those, even though one is like a county fair and one is like Disney World, the Texas being like Disney World. So I'd love to see how it compares. But it's one of those things. It wouldn't be any fun to go all alone. So I'm still hoping to find my Mr. Right for me, or maybe a friend who, wants to make it a girls' weekend or something like that. So somebody to help share in the driving and the accommodations and all that. All right. No interest? All right. We're going to pass on these. And let me show you another option. Here, this one is called Holiday Shop. Holiday Shop. And if you love those old fashioned store windows, maybe you lived in a small town and you got to look through the windows. Maybe it brings back some memories. That's the next one. Then I have this one. Pretty little cookies and macaroons, which the French say macaron, but I always grew up saying macaroon. And this time, because I have an uneven number, I'm going to show three. This is my favorite because I'm the first person and usually the last person to say Jesus is the reason for the season. So if you're a person of faith and you want a puzzle that's actually going to show your faith, show the reason for the season, and be a reminder to everybody, and it just looks like stained glass windows, which I think is pretty. But that's beside the point. So this is the third one, and we'll call this one Jesus. So Jesus, cookies, or storefront. Those are going to be the three options. Can I fit them all up here? Apparently I can't. All right, let me see if I can just kind of angle them for y'all. And as you can tell by this cut-off tag here, I got all of these at my local liquidator.
Awesome.
because they get a lot of Amazon returns and pallets and so forth, and then sell it off to the rest of us. Okay, any interest? Did I lose all my interest after the dogs and cats? Oh, Carla says we used to drive through downtown St. Louis to see the window displays on the way home from grandmother's house on Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve
Oh,
here, we have the lighting of the bonfires on the levee, which I talked about earlier, because that's how the gators pulling Papa Noel can see to find everybody's house to deliver the presents. So we were always out on the levee looking at the bonfires.
I love that.
And it's expanded and expanded where they have contests for it with the most large, the most unique. They've turned them into architectural feats of building. And there's even a whole 3 day bonfire festival. And for those of y'all that don't know, you've probably heard about all of the plantations along the Mississippi River. They're on the right side, and the levees are on the left side. So, therefore, you can literally stand or park in a plantation and watch the bonfires on the levee. Because they were the original houses along the Mississippi River, because the Mississippi River used to just be a big canal where goods were delivered. Okay, we're going to pass on these then. These will be available on the replay. Okay, next for the crafters. Here's a fun DIY project. I only have 2 of these. Have you ever wanted to make your own Christmas scene? Well, here is the kit to do it. Let me open it up because I'm not sure y'all can tell by the outside. So here's the cloche part of it. You see the dome here, and then here's all the stuff you make it with is inside. Here's the instructions on how you put it together. This is how it turns out. See, underneath the dome. And here's the stand for it as well. So I'm going to start this off at $5. Now, it's not a snow globe because there's no water in it. So you don't have to ever worry about it falling, and if it were to fall, the water would go all over your floor. It's a scene under a cloche. So I really like that it doesn't have water, because for those of you who might have unsteady hands, or you have kids or toddlers or pets, and you're worried that they will knock it over, this solves that problem, and it still lets you make a fun scene underneath the dome. So looking for $5 starting there.
Perfect thing to do.
So for all you DIYers that want it set up the way you want it set up, or maybe it's a fun project for when kids come over to grandma's house and they're like, what do we do? What do we do? We're bored. The great thing about working on a DIY now is you have time. You know, when it comes to actual Christmas, doing the shopping and the baking and all the events, sometimes you don't have time to make things. But the summer is a great time to make things. Oh, Lori says it's Christmas in a bubble. That is a great way of explaining it.
That it's just fun. If you have family over, even on Thanksgiving night, you know, it's a fun time for multiple people to sit at a table and do, you know, a craft, and you can leave it at grandma's house, you know, for Christmas.
Right, because she will brag, oh, look what my grandson or granddaughter made, or we made this together. And because she'll brag to all her friends that come over.
Exactly.
Way better than just a card. Although I will be having cards later. So, spoiler alert, they're fancy Hallmark. All right, last call on this. Crochet Queen Kathy, are you still here? Oh, Kathy. Paging Kathy. Well,
Sweet
even if Kathy's
Kathy.
not here, I need to show some towels. Every time I show towels, she always says, I'm not looking. But then she usually
Oh,
buys some. So $3 for choice. This first one says, let me see if I can get the tag out of the way. Well, warm and cozy. Warm and cozy holiday wishes. And we've got the classic red truck. And look at this cutie little dog. Actually, it's a pretty big dog, if I do say so. Raise up my camera. All right, next choice. I've got this cat, and it says believe.
no.
And the third choice, and these are all one and done, there's no multiples. This one is a snowman, and it says, let it snow. Sorry for cussing, Colleen. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm not a cusser. Some people are, some people aren't. Even when things fall, you'll hear me squeal, but I'm just not a cusser. And somebody recently became a friend of mine, and she said, now let me ask you behind the scenes, are you the way in real life you are on the screen? And I said, yeah, that's me. I wish I could say I'm secretly fancier, but no. And they're like, so you really talk the same way? And I say, yes. Well, except when I go in Colleen, I will cuss then. And she's like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, well, they consider the word snow a cuss word. So just to be funny last year, I said, okay, I am going to cuss. Snow, 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 snow. Okay, I got it out of my way. But, it's only a cuss word there. Here, it is a beautiful gift from God. My life was forever changed last year when I got to see snow for the first time ever, probably the only time in my life. It was such a blessing. Oops, Colleen is still here and she heard me talking about her. Sorry, Colleen. Um, but so, everybody has a different definition of what their cuss word is. Blessing from God to me, cuss word to her. But we're looking for $3 for choice. So, warm and cozy holiday wishes with a red truck and a cute dog. Um, a cute cat with big eyes that says believe, and let it snow with a red background. You so rarely see a red background. Usually you see a pattern with red, but not a red background. Okay, anybody for $3?
Come on.
That's the thing. When you talk about other people, they could either still be watching or lurking in the background. Seems like every time I've ever
Right?
told a Colleen story, she pops up and she's like, "Oh yeah, I was doing other things, but I was still listening." I get myself caught.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I'm only telling nice things, or I'm only telling bad stuff about me. All right, we're gonna pass on these then. I'll show y'all a couple of other ones in case it's just these motifs that you don't like. And these towels are folded in half. Here's the bag. So they're folded in half. This is just how I received them. So here is a beautiful night village. We'll call this one night. These are still $3 for choice. This one we're going to call trees. You'll see it has buffalo plaid at the bottom, a buffalo plaid tree, a snowflake tree, and then a black and white polka dot tree. Still $3. This one says all roads lead to home on Christmas. Because wherever you spend
Oh,
Christmas can't be home. And oops, this one's one inside another. Sorry about that. This one simply says, oops, not folded exactly right. This one simply says, ho, ho, ho. And look at all of those merry and bright colors.
that's cute.
Thank you, thank you.
Super, super cute.
And thank you again for co-hosting.
Thank you for asking me. I'm kind of a little spoiled.
All right, last call. We're gonna move these aside. Okay, $2 for choice. I have brand new oven mitts. The first one says gnome for the holidays.
Oh,
Gnome, and look at the cute little Mr. and Mrs. Gnome. Such beautiful braids. So this is going to be the first one. Let me put it down here for a second. Show. And here's the second one. It says there's snow place like home. Snow place like home. Okay, $2 for choice. If you're going to a cookie bake or a cookie exchange, these are great hostess gifts. Totally on theme.
and last year I seen someone that took these and put them on a string and hung them in their kitchen for Christmas as stockings.
Oh,
Kitchen stockings were the oven mitts. And I thought that was so
it is. I love that idea.
yes. She hung them all the way around at the top of her cabinets. It was so cute. You could, if you have a back door to your kitchen, you could get those command strips and hang these on your door as stockings for the kitchen. An oven
Oh,
mitt.
see, ICU is full of good decorating ideas. Sandy's in
And
for two.
Sandy is in. Woo woo, go Sandy, go.
And these are both one and done. There are no multiples.
Oh, I have another idea.
Go, go. Tell
You
us.
could you could take these oven mitts, go to the dollar store, get you some of the mini uh, loaf pans, bake some banana bread, wrap it up in cellophane, and put it inside there and give it as a
Oh,
gift. Or you
I
could put
like
cookies
that.
in a Ziploc bag and put it in the oven mitt, like you're putting it in a stocking.
And these
Wow.
are coming up. I just want to give a little spoiler. These are coming up. I'm going to have some 3 packs of ornaments, but talking about that, look how nicely
Look.
these would fit inside. Look how cute. Um, Once again, you could use this instead of a gift bag. So, but these 3 packs of ornaments are going to be coming up a little later.
Yes. How cute.
Oh,
Yes,
Sandy thought
Sandy.
housewarming gift. That's true. That's true. There is so much you could do with these. So one
Yes.
is a snowman motif, one is a gnome motif. Oh, Kathy D is going to be sad to be missing out on all these gnomes.
I love gnomes too.
They have just become so popular these days. Well, you got to turn us up when you walk away so you can hear us from the other room. Or pull your little
Yes.
red line back and just see what you missed. You can always put it on 2 times the speed to catch yourself up. I think that's what Maritza does. And then we all sound like chipmunks. Oh, of course, when I squeal, I probably sound like a chipmunk anyway.
Actually, you remind me of Woodstock, Snoopy's bird.
Okay.
Ain't that cute?
Well,
I love
that's
Woodstock.
well, that's better than the Charlie Brown teacher.
Right.
Do y'all remember the
Woodstock is
Charlie
much.
Brown teacher? Wow, 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 wow,
Yeah.
wow.
No. Woodstock is much cuter.
All right, Sandy, sweetheart, are you in or out?
She is out.
Okay, well, let's count it down to Miss Carla then. Even at just 10-cent increments, sometimes you still just got to go out. And there's no worries with it. You don't need to be sorry. There'll be plenty more items coming up. I don't have any other pot holders, but we will be having table runners and pillow covers, ornaments, ribbon tags, craft items. I have a couple pieces of clothing and more.
Yay.
And I'm so glad ICU is on because she is having great ideas that I would never have even thought about.
Yeah, sometimes I get that in.
I'm guessing that's probably from her medical career because one of the things I've noticed is that diagnosing is hard, and sometimes it is about process of elimination. And the way medical minds work and thinking, well, what else could it be? Well, what else causes this? Well, what else can you do to solve it? I think maybe her medical training might come into play, so her mind automatically thinks, well, what else can we do with it?
Yes.
You have a wall of gnome potholders? I had no idea. Well, it's just amazing the way God works that I had one pot holder that just happened to be for gnomes.
How cute.
Okay, so I'm guessing you're passing on the snowman. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. I wish I could say that, but I'm blessed just to have seen snow once. Sandy, might you be interested in there's no place like home? And there's something so classic about the black and white, and I love that the gingham is on the bias. I think it makes it so much more interesting to the eye when it's on the diagonal.
Oh, her other small wall
Oh,
is
you have butterflies as
butterflies.
well. Okay. Gnomes and butterflies. Okay. I'll have to remember that. All right. Any interest, Sandy? If not, we can open it up to the chat. But since Sandy was our backup bidder, I wanted to check with Miss Sandy first. Well, Sandy and Chewy. I don't know if Chewy helps in decor decisions or gifting decisions. Oh, Mr. Chewy, Mr. Chewy.
I
This could even be a boop boop. Don't you need to move? So,
I think Chewy worries more about talking to Collie. Yeah.
oh well. It's okay if I'm not Chewy's favorite. I can be Sandy's favorite. All
You're
right. If Sandy's not interested, anybody else?
you could be my favorite.
Aw, thank you.
You're welcome.
These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings. Well, actually, stinging and biting, not such favorites. Okay. Anybody else? Otherwise, I'm going to scrape this to the side and we're going to look at something else. Okay, well, I will move this to the side. If anybody's interested, you can buy it from the replay. $3 starting bid for a whole bulk package of ribbon. Look at all of these ribbons you get. This is the first option.
Oh,
They're all one and dones. Here's the second option. Once again, you're getting 2 entire spools of different metallic ribbons. And this one is packaged differently, but I'm going to include it as an option. It's all different red ones. And I didn't package it like this. This is how it came. Okay, so $3 for choice on packages of ribbon.
I love that one that looks like Santa's belt. So cute.
Oh, that's a cutie one. And somebody might have some craft out there for which that would just work perfectly.
Exactly.
We have so many creative people out there that make so many interesting things.
Oh, Sandy's cooking bacon. I'm going to Sandy's house.
Cooking bacon, yum, yum, yum.
And bake and chewy. A wonderful thing to do.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay, any interest in the ribbon? So you get an entire package, not just a roll. No, 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 an entire package. This gives you options. because sometimes you need one in this color or that color. Maybe you want one that's glittery for somebody who's a little fancy. Somebody might want some metallics, or you might want something with a pattern, maybe for a guy. BLTs are yummy. I agree. All right, if there's no interest, we're going to pass on. Well, I tell you what, before we pass, I don't think I've done a price drop all night. Let's price drop these to $2. $2. Melissa, price drop, please, please. And then, if they're not interested, I will move them aside. But we're going to price drop these down to $2. And at the top of the hour, we're going to have another $1 round. Give Melissa just a chance to put these in, and then if there's no interest, I'm going to clear these away. They're all one and done. Okay, if there's no interest, then I'm going to move these. I'm a person who loves containers because it gives you a place to contain the chaos, to store your stuff, but yet it's also decorative. I'm going to start this one at $5. It says Noel, which we talked about earlier. Noel is the French word for Christmas, like the first Noel. So let me show you the inside. This is wood. And let me get out my ruler so y'all can see how big it is. So it is just the tiniest little bit shy of 12 inches. So this is going to hold a lot. But I also think it's really pretty. And it's looking a little gray on screen. It's actually a greenish color. A grayish green, but it's more of a green than it's looking.
That is so cute.
Thank you. And you can see through the letters. So maybe you piled it with pine cones. You'd be able to see them through here. Maybe you pile it with some Christmas ornaments that didn't fit on your tree, or maybe just some of the older glass ornaments that you're afraid might fall and break. So instead, you piled them up in this. And Carla says Christmas book holder. That's a good idea too.
Or you can put your cards in there that you receive from people.
Good idea.
Or you could put those battery operated candles in there.
Ah, very true. Okay, last call on this. I see we're at the top of the hour. So we're going to go to our next Bell's Bargain Bonanza round, and let me show you the options for $1. And then we'll get back to our auction.
Hey, Belle.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I want to do something. I want to do a giveaway. So, for the person who correctly guesses what tomorrow is, I'm going to send them a free gift.
Well, that is mighty generous. Let me bring you up big and you can tell everybody how it's going to work.
Basically, just put from now to the end of the show, put in your guess at what tomorrow.
Oh, did we lose her? No. Wait. Come. Oh, no. Time for her internet to cut out. She will like that. This is go ahead and now have on the channel back on having our auction at 7 a.m. and Tuesdays 9 p.m. and then on 15 we have a celebration. No, I keep losing her. Let's see.
There we are.
Okay, we got her back again. There we are.
There we are.
So tell everybody how it's going to work. So I had to clarify, meanwhile, that we do have a celebration going Monday the 14th because I'm celebrating local marketplace. Is always one of my top ratings every year. And so this I'm expanding it. So this is ICU's giveaway is related to my Bastille Day celebration. We hope to see her for Bastille Day. We didn't coordinate about this ahead of time, so I have no idea what she's about to say. Oh.
Just guess the first person that correctly guesses what tomorrow is will get a free gift from me. And if I don't have your mailing address, I will have to get it from Belle. But you'll get a free gift. It'll be a Christmas in July.
And
surprise.
I don't want to compete against y'all, but I do want to guess. So in the prep, I'm even going to put, but if I happen to get it right, you can get it right, but we're still going to let everybody in the chat. But I just wanted to put my own guess. And if it's wrong, you can totally dox me and we can laugh about it. So.
You silly girl.
But that's my little guess. Okay, well, apparently my guess was wrong and I'm silly, but how fun is it going to be that I see you?
Yes. I just thought it'd be something,
Oh, I think
fun.
I sounded badly because I was pushing buttons. When I push buttons, it competes with myself.
No pushing buttons. Oh, wow.
Okay. Seeing all the guesses that are rolling in.
Nancy got it. Nancy got it. Yep, she sure did. It's my anniversary.
Well, congratulations.
Yep.
I was going to say, I know it's not your birthday because your birthday is a couple days before my birthday.
Exactly, the 24th. Yeah, that's
okay,
my birthday.
It's one day before my birthday. One
yes.
day.
Yep.
And tell everybody how many years of wedded bliss you've been in.
Then I will be married 40 years.
Wow, such an accomplishment. Congratulations.
Yay! 40
Hip hip
years.
hooray. Had goals.
Yep. Yep. I've been married to my best friend for
I am
40
happy for
years.
y'all.
Thank you.
That's amazing. People always say marry your best friend, and look, I see it.
Exactly. We only knew each other 6 months.
And do you have Nancy's information, or do I need to send that to you?
If you could please send it to me, I don't think I have Nancy's info.
Okay. Well, then, with Nancy's permission, I will send it to you after the auction because she's one of my regular buyers. So I've got it
Okay.
on the ready. All right. Well, after that, a fun game and generous giveaway. Let's see what we have for the next $1 round on Belle's Bargain Bonanza. So let's look at some tags. The first one is if you need a lot. If you need 60 tags, these are 60 cell adhesive tags, and you'll see these come in a variety of sizes and shapes. Some are narrow, some are square, some are round, some are triangular, some is kind of a rhombus. So it's a one and done. So here's that one. Oops. Okay. Next, if you would rather um, have some fancy foil ones, do you see that these are foil? These you only get 24. They are fancy foil. These are also foil. Once again, we get 24, but the quality is higher. Next, I've got felt stickers, and it looks like Santa. I've got some novelty stickers. These are kind of holographic. I'm not sure if y'all can see how they shine in the light. These are of cartoon animals that live under the sea, mermaids and octopi and sharks. And last but not least, I have these little gingerbread novelty stickers. Once again, shiny, metallic, holographic. Okay, back up so you can see the 6 choices. Let me turn off the light because I think the glare is worse. All right, so looking for $1 starting bid for choice. Thank you, Nancy. You'll have to take a picture of whatever she sends on Discord and show everybody so we can see. I see you have such great
I can
taste.
do
I
that.
know whatever it is will be fabulous.
Thank you.
Melissa's in for 1. So it's choice of gift tags or stickers. Lots of different colors and motifs that will go with whatever your wrapping paper or gift bag is.
So cute.
After all, sometimes you'll see people, use 5 of the same gift bag just because they got a deal on it. And you're like, well, wait, whose is whose? Or they'll have, 4 packages wrapped in the same wrapping paper. And so many times it's hard to tell whose is whose. And that's when the beauty of the gift tags comes in.
So sweet.
And I have to dox myself and say, after Christmas, when you have, 4, 5, 10 left over, I don't want to just toss them out. So I will use them for wrong stuff. So if you ever look at my boxes that are put up in closets, then you will see, like when I was getting down boxes for tonight, I have labeled them with my leftover gift tags. So it will say Christmas linen, say Christmas ornaments. So I use them even for labels on my Christmas storage.
Yes, absolutely.
And stickers also a great way to close up those gift cards. I mean Christmas cards.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Okay, we are going once. And Laurie, thank you again for writing the list of tonight's sales. I really appreciate you just jumping in and helping on the spot.
Absolutely. I love my Lori. I don't get to see her that often.
Well, now y'all have yet another place where y'all can meet and spend time in the chat of my auctions.
Exactly.
And I didn't plan this. She just randomly came for the first time last week, and I'm not sure that I announced that you were going to be co-hosting, and you didn't know she was going to be here. It's just amazing how God sets things up. Sometimes we can
Exactly.
work all day to try to orchestrate this and coordinate with this person here and that person there, and then boom, when you just leave it in the hands of God, it's amazing how He works things out. Okay, which item and what quantities?
Yay.
God bless us all. Okay, the
Melissa.
novelty stickers. All right, good, good. Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Just a bunch. And then we'll get back to the auction. I'm about to scrape it to the sun.
Well, you can put one of each of those in my pile
Okay,
because I use a lot of stickers.
all right. So here we go. And these
Yay.
two. So that's 5 total.
Perfect.
Okay, let me clear off the extras and they will still be available. And you know what I just noticed about this? This is a perfect example. First, I thought this one and this one were the same, but what's different is this one is plain and this one has the gold foil. See how this one has
Oh,
foil? But this is the same design. It's just you can see the difference in the one with foil versus the one that doesn't have foil. Okay, so next I have a beverage dispenser, and I'm guessing y'all haven't seen a beverage dispenser like this. He is so fancy that he put on his top hat for y'all, and but he is self-service because sometimes a hostess is just busy and doesn't have time to every cup. Now you could $10 starting bid, Melissa. You could fill this with anything you want to, with water, with cucumber water, with lemonade. tea, sweet tea, fruit punch. But you know what I think would look so pretty in this, since it's a snowman? I think to pour in a gallon of Gordon eggnog and fill him up with that pretty eggnog color would be such a delight to the snowman.
I'll tell you what I thought.
Please do.
I would fill it with marshmallows and at the very last minute pour hot chocolate over top of them. Yum!
Yes, starting at $10. Thank you, Melissa. This one is a one and done. The top screws off. So this is how you fill it. It's nice and wide. So that makes it easier to fill, also easier to clean. Now, I'm sure if it was Colleen and Tracy, they would just cover the spigot and use it for their claw. But, I don't have a claw on my channel. I'm not that fancy, but, you could always make it into some kind of cute game for your family or your kids or grandkids.
Ooh, good idea.
Let me put the ruler here so y'all can see it's big. This is not like a little pint jar. This is 12 ounces. So that's why I use the example of dumping a gallon in, because I'm guessing a gallon would probably be about the right size. And for any of you saying, but we like our adult beverages, you can always have one container that works for everybody. And then those who aren't driving and are adults could always just add whatever they, might secretly want to add. I wouldn't do that, but that's just not me. I'm happy with just the Borden eggnog.
You're too cute.
Okay, I tell you what, if there's no interest, let's do our second price drop of the night. Let's price drop this down. Oh, let's price drop it down to $8. $8. Falling
Wow.
prices, a price drop. It's one and done, so when it sells, that's it. Can't get any more.
So cute, y'all. Look at that snowman.
Oh, I like that, Carla. Coffee creamer
Yes.
at the coffee station.
Yes, that would
Oh,
be
and
perfect.
that's this. Imagine filling this with your K cups and with all those
Oh,
packets of flavoring and creams and but I think this would be great for K cups. Just sit it next to your Keurig machine and then everybody can pick the flavor that they like. And it can be self-service coffee.
or you could fill it with Tracy Cakes coffee packs.
Yes,
Hmm.
there we go. Of course, each one of those is hot full.
Yes, but if you
Enough
have
to
the
share.
reusable K cups, you can pour some in there. Yep.
Great idea. Okay, last call on this beverage server. Do they
They
get
want.
caramel corn? Is that safe? I know dogs can have chocolate, but I don't know. But apparently they can have butterscotch. So I never know what dogs can and can't have. Okay, next I'm going to have some ornaments. These ornaments are brand new and sealed. These are 3 packs of ornaments. We're going to start these at $4 for a 3 pack. The first one says the season and almost like a sweater motif. Your puppy candy? Wow, that's really
How
novel.
sweet.
Okay, next in the 3 packs, I have these snowflakes. I also have the snowflakes in red. And you'll notice, even though they're both snowflakes, not only are they different colors, but they're also different shapes. Here's another one of the package shapes. This one says Merry and Bright. All right, let's see if there's any interest. And just because they're an ornament doesn't mean they have to be hung on the tree. If you want to dangle it from a doorknob, if you want to attach it to a wreath, if you want to attach it to a candlestick, a gift bag, dangling from a chandelier, you can put it any place your heart desires.
Orange slices. I love those. Whew, I love those.
I almost showed orange slices tonight and we ran out.
What?
Well, I mean, I ran out of time. I ran out of time. So, anybody wants orange slices or the fruit slices in the chat? $3. Sorry, I showed those last week, and I try not to always show the same items week after week, but I do still have orange slices and I do still have fruit slices. They're gummies
Okay,
and
well,
covered in sugar.
I want one of each.
Okay, $3 each. Okay. See, you'll
Lori,
have to get in the
write
habit
that
of
down.
coming to our regular Saturday snack hour. And eventually, y'all are going to stop me from talking so much so that I can show more and more snacks during the snack hour.
Yeah.
Because the more I talk, the less snacks I have time to show. Hmm. Apple slices using an apple slicer, of course, several times a week.
Oh,
Well, now I'm sorry I ran out of time before showing those 2 things. It's a good thing you mentioned it so I could let you know that I had some. All right.
exactly.
Any interest in the ornaments? And you might have to come back and co-host again if you're enjoying it. And if not, then I'll say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
might say I'm
oh,
sorry anyway. So
of
lately I
course
keep
I'm.
getting myself in trouble. So my go-to is just I'm sorry, 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 and then it's like you're not in trouble, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry anyway. I'm sorry just in case.
Uh, well, of course I'm having fun, and of course I'll come back and help you.
Oh, thank you so much. My favorite were the cherry slices. I didn't even know cherry slices were a thing. They must not have come to my area yet. I'll have to keep a lookout for them. Okay, last call on these. I tell you what, let's do a buy more, save more. So the way buy more, save more works is by buying 2 or more, you get a discounted rate. So instead of $4 each, I will sell you 2 for $6. 2 for $6. Anybody want to buy more, save more at 2 for $6? And if you're saying, oh no, I couldn't possibly mix and match, some of these, I have multiples. So if you need a matching set, I'll let you know if I happen to have a matching set in the ones you like, but some people do like to mix and match, just depending on your individual style.
Now tell me again, what are these?
These are ornaments.
And they
These
just
are
hang on your tree
ornaments.
from the bow?
Well, they hang on your tree or where hang them. So, I mean, you could have
Okay.
a doorknob on a wreath, on a candlestick. So here's the, they have kind of a jute hanger on the back. I don't know if you remember this, and I hope you don't mind me telling this story, but it happened publicly, so it's on record somewhere. The first time ICU ever noticed me, found me, or bought from me, I was on a 30-minute segment on a Christmas in July auction. I'm trying to think, it might have even been Colleen's or it might have been somebody else's. I'm not sure. And so she had never seen me on another auction. And I'm not sure, I don't think I even had my own auction then. But you had bought some 3 packs of ornaments, not these, some different ones at the time. And that was the first thing you ever bought from me were three
I
packs of
remember that.
ornaments at a Christmas sale.
I remember that. And I do believe it was either Deb's show or when we were on with Harold.
I was thinking it was either Colleen or Adopted Retrospects Kim, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember.
Whoever
It
it
could have been.
was, Deb was the moderator because that's how I got invited to the show. Is she said, "Oh, whoever it was has one more spot left. I'm running the auction and doing all the moderating, and I can get you a spot on there." Because I was new to selling at the time. I was just selling with my friend Angel. And that was the first time I found out who ICU was, and she found out who I was. She was one of the people who said, "Even though I don't know who you are, I like your merchandise. I'm going to buy something and give you a try." And all these years later, we're still friends.
Yes, we are.
Okay, well, last call on these. Okay, now these were all made of wood. I realize not everybody necessarily likes wood, and that's okay. Some of you like to make your own ornaments. Some of you like ornaments that look like you made them. I did not make these, but these really look like somebody made them. They're out of um, some kind of material. I don't know if it's felt or what. They have these little scarves and hats on them. Just so cute. And if you didn't tell them, nobody would know you didn't make this. So I've got polar bears and I have these cute little penguins,
Oh,
which are just darling. Here's the back of them. So these are not handmade, but that can be our secret.
I got your email, Carla.
Now, also, I have some stars. These have a little button in the middle. So I'm going to add the red stars. Woo-hoo. Come on now. And I'm going to add, these are looking a little gray on screen. They're actually beige. Actually beige. So there's 3 options. And we'll start these out at $3.
Those are cute.
Thank you. So, you could go out and buy all the materials and then figure out the pattern and then do all of your cutting and sewing and gluing and, spend hours, days, weeks, Or you could just give me $3 and boom, there you have it. Boom, there it is. Boom, there it is.
I like your idea. Boom, there it is.
Well, and at a certain point in time, you have to really figure out what is your time worth. None of us would say, "Oh, I'm going to go spend all day churning my own butter." We're going to say, "Oh, I'm going to spend a few dollars for it at the store." And it's like that with everything. Do you want to sew your own clothes, or do you want to just buy some already made? Do you want to make all your own ornaments, or just boom, buy something ready to go, but then has that handmade look to it? So anytime I
Exactly.
can save you time or money, I love to do that. And you can still have the look of handmade.
Exactly. And
Oh, mhm,
you know, you could add something to the front of those if you wanted to, you know.
good.
Oh, bless you.
I could totally see adding some kind of little dangle here, maybe something of the jewelry variety.
Yes.
You could add some kind of
Or
little brooch or something, or a little pin.
or you could embroidery somebody's name on there.
You could,
Hmm.
or maybe you take a paint pen and you put a J here, or you put an R or an S, and every family member has one with their initials. Or instead of hanging
Exactly.
on a tree, you hang it on the back of their chair, and then everybody sits where the penguin would be for them. Or
Yes.
maybe women have a penguin and the men have a polar bear, and you just put, a T for Tom or an R for Robert, and then this could be like a chairback bouquet. Oh, thank you, Miss
You
Lori.
can
All right, we're
you
going to
can
pass on these.
you can also attach a gift card to the front of it.
Good idea. Nobody's turning down gift cards, that's for sure. It's always
Exactly.
the right gift for any occasion. Okay, next, let's look at some table runners. These are going to be $6 for choice. All right, here is the first one for our gnome lovers. Now, I'm not going to be able to open them all the way out, so I'm going to show you just the design and the good part. But I think they all measure, I forget if it's 84 or 108, but they are nice and long. So this first one has the gnome couple that says believe.
Oh.
So that's the first option. We'll call this one gnome. Now this next one, I want to apologize in advance because it's kind of snarky. Um, it didn't say what I thought it said. I get all these from the liquidators, and until I opened it, I didn't quite know what it said. I just saw we're in this together, and I thought, oh, that's so sweet. But I apologize for the snark in advance. It says nobody's walking out of this fun family Christmas vacation. This fun family Christmas. We're all in this together. So if you perceive that to be snarky, my apologies. For those of
That's
you
cute.
who like pop culture, I've got this one. It combines two pop culture references. So if you can't decide which pop culture reference you prefer, well, it's, half Jack and half Grinch. For those of
That's
you
cute.
who like traditional. This one is traditional. It is beautiful. It's got poinsettias and bells. So here's your traditional one. For those of you who like a theme, this one is tone on tone color. I know some people always like neutrals. They don't like reds and greens. If you're a person that uses newly, well, here you go, and it's from a sweet baking theme as well. So $6 for choice. Oh, Laurie sees something she says worthy. Okay. Anybody
Go,
want to bid
Lori,
it up?
go.
Bid it up, 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 bid it up.
Looking for 610.
If not, we'll count it down to 10. Still to come, I'm going to have some pillow covers and some garden flowers. So this is just the start of my Christmas season. We'll also have some crafting items, some cookie tins, and more. We can go ahead and count this down. Okay, let's see what we can get from Miss Lori. Jack and Grinch. Okay, going for pop culture. Here we go.
Good
All
one,
right,
Lori. Good one.
anybody else? Oh, Carla knew it. Carla knew it. Okay, anybody else? Okay, last well, if y'all like those, you may like some of the I don't really know it very well, but I'm never sure if it's a Christmas thing or it's I never know when to show that kind of stuff. But I have a bunch of coasters with The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I never know if I should show them around Halloween or show them around Christmas.
You just never know.
Okay, and she wants the. Okay, so nobody's walking out of this fun, old fashioned family Christmas. We're all in this together. Okay, thank you, thank you. That one's sold to you as well. All right, anybody else? So, what remains is the classic with the poinsettias, gingerbread, gnomes. Oh, and look, their hats make a heart with jingle bells, and it also says believe. Oops, got the corner turned
No.
up.
So cute.
Thank you. All right. Next, let's look at some pillow covers. These are all going to be $5. Buy it now. And they all have zippers. That way you can put them on your existing pillows. You can wash them. Okay, here's the first one. It is buffalo plaid, and it says believe. And you can see right here is the zipper. These are all brand new, and they were scored folded, so y'all don't mind the wrinkles. They're free. All right, we'll call this one believe. Here's the second one. We're going to call this one forest because of the forest of trees. And so many of these will look nice together because they definitely tie back to each other. Here's the next one. This one simply says Merry Christmas. We're going to call this one Buffalo for the buffalo plaid. This next one says, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Okay, this one, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, the next few are going to be lumbar pillows. How do you know? Well, because the shape is longer and thinner. So this one has Santa making his list. So we're going to call this one list. $5. Buy it now. All right. One has a barn. We're going to call this one barn. All right. This next one has a snowman and a birdhouse. I believe it's the only one with a birdhouse. So we're going to call this one birdhouse. All right. Here's one with a red truck. Did I already have one that I called truck?
I don't think so.
Okay, then truck. Now, for those of you saying, enough with the red, there's so much red. Not everything for Christmas can be red. Well, I agree. Let's go back to the square. These are going to be blue and silver on a cream background. This one says joy. This one has a trio of blue and white trees. We're going to call this one trio. Here's another one that says believe, but this one is blue and white. So we're going to call this one cloud. Next, we've got a cute snowman with a bluebird. So we're going to call this one bluebird. Anybody like the nutcracker? This one has a nutcracker motif. We're going to call this one nutcracker. This one says our little sugar plum fairy. We're going to call this one sugar plum. For all those little ballerinas that see their first ballet at Christmas and just fall in love with the nutcracker, fall in love with ballet, and fall in love with live performing arts. And then last but not least, for our gingerbread fans, I've got gingerbread baking, cookies, cakes, pies, hot cocoa. colors for choice. All right, those are all the choices. Any interest? You know, it takes a lot of room items. So when you can take your everyday items that you have on the couch, on the bed, on the sofa, recliner, whatever, and just Christmasify them. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't have to store extra pillows and extra decor. All you do is you use the decor you have every day. You unzip, throw these pillows in, or maybe some polyfill or whatever, and then after Christmas, you can do something totally different. But these just don't take a lot of room to store. Oh, thanks for coming, Carla. We appreciate you. See you Monday. And if you have time, you can
Love you,
always come
Carla.
back. Yes, you can see the Nutcracker ones in. All right, so this was gingerbread. This is the sugar plum fairy, which is from the Nutcracker. And here's the actual Nutcrackers. And Katie Marie is one of our newer viewers as well. She came for the first time the week before Lori. Seems like every week now I have one new person that tends to find my auction, which is such a blessing.
Yay! Glad to have you, Katie Marie.
Okay, Carla, I can go ahead and bill you. Just know that your subtotal is going to be about the same price as your shipping. But I go ahead and pack and bill you tomorrow since it's my day off instead of having my regular packing days Wednesday, Thursday. No problem, Carla. But to stop by auctions, just hang out with us and chat. There's never pressure to buy. Do you need to see even closer, Miss Katie? And here's the zipper. The backs are plain. Okay, you'd like to see the snowman with the birdhouse. Okay, let me show you that one closer up. Maybe it's this one. Okay,
Oh, that's
let me
so pretty.
smile. These are all brand new. Here's the little bird. Pretty little snowflakes in the back. Okay, I guess she's taking this one. I thought she just wanted to see it, but okay. There's never any pressure here. All right, sold to Lori. All right, anybody else like to see one up close? Well,
She
just
doesn't
think
want
when
the
you
blue one. It was the other one with the birdhouse. The red.
sorry. Okay. All right, let me rectify it. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
Thank you for catching that. All right. You see it was a red one? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think it
find
was
it.
red.
It's here. Okay, here it is. It's a lumbar pillow. Okay.
Yes.
I believe it is this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I wanted to tell y'all, these are canvas, but these are soft. So canvas, these are soft. I don't know squat about material, so I'm not using the best words, but just thought I'd let you know that.
Oh,
Because you're going to be so tempted to lay your head on it rather than. And you can just tell in the house, because I'm a makeup wearer, every place I've ever gotten tired, laid my head down. Which is why I started investing in pillow covers so I could just unzip it, throw it in the washing machine, wash it, and then put it over. Because I had so many pillows that were just fine, but because at some point I had laid my head on them or the side of my face or whatever.
okay. You're going to have to
All
flip
right,
back
let's go
through
on these. Okay, well, let's flip back through them. Here's the first one. Now, don't quiz me as to which one I called what. Here's the next one. Sugar Plum Fairy. Boy, I remember having to take ballet as a child. I would have loved a pillow that had a ballet theme on it. Here's Gingerbread Baking. This one is plaid and says believe. This one is the trio of blue trees. This one is joy to the world, or I've got the joy, 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 joy. This
Okay.
one's got, these are the lumbars.
I
Oh,
want that
oh,
one.
this one. Okay, got it. Then we have the red barn. This is also in the lumbar,
I want that
which
one.
says Mary. This one, the barn. Okay.
Yes.
And these are the super soft ones, by the way. And then last in the lumbar, we have the Merry Christmas with Santa and his list. Okay. Then we have, it's the most wonderful time of the year with the plaid truck.
I want that one.
This one. Okay. Next, we have Merry Christmas in all buffalo plaid. Doesn't that white writing just stand out so beautifully on this buffalo plaid background?
Yes. It's
Okay.
pretty.
Then we have the forest of trees. And lastly, we have believe on the buffalo plaid. So, for those of y'all keeping track at home, these two look very similar, but they say different things. One says "Book," one says Merry Christmas. So, if anybody is looking for a pair, you might think about these. And
That's a good
those are the
idea.
choices. Okay, Carla wants a variety pack. Very good. We will add that to her. Okay, so I see you picked 3 pillows. Anybody else from the leftovers before we move on? I love it that even though snack hour is over, I'm still selling snacks between the orange slices and the fruit slices and the variety packs. Thank y'all so much for helping me sell stuff at my auction. Y'all are the best audience ever. Okay, next I have just one tablecloth. This is the kind with the flannel backing on it. So if you need one for a kids table, or maybe kids crafting table, maybe kids making a cookie table. This is 52 by 7. This is going to be $3. $3, brand new. But sometimes you need a tablecloth you can just wipe off for the kids. And thank you again, Lori, for spontaneously making the list and knowing what making the list means. That's so fantastic. That really blessed us.
Yep. Lori's a baby dog.
And to think she didn't tell us that she had a modding background when she was here before. A little nugget to herself.
And I just
So
put her out there all over the internet.
oh,
I was like, I saw her name and I was like, oh my gosh, Lori's here. Lori will help.
what a blessing. And Melissa is doing a great job in the chat as always. And I
Yes,
see you's a great co-host. So having so much fun tonight.
we
And how could
are.
you not have fun with Christmas in July kickoff?
Exactly. And you got Christmas stuff and snacks. We got it all tonight.
Absolutely. But you can always request what you want. So I was a little surprised last Monday when snacks were requested, but I'm like, oh, okay. And Jay's like, you got to bring out the snacks. So if you ever miss
Yes.
something, even if you're here on the wrong night, you can request. All right, we're going to pass on this. Next, what do you do when your item that you want to give as a gift is too big? Too big to wrap, too big for a gift bag. I have these large gift bags. Melissa, these are going to be $3. What do you do when you need to give a whole bite?
Yep.
What do you need? Well, this one you can tell literally it's so big a bite fits in it. And you're saying, well, what's the dimensions? It is 39 by 80 by 18. 39 by 80 by 18. So
And I
anything
use
you need to
those.
know, you need to give is going to fit in here. What do you use them
I
for?
I use them every year because we go to someone else's house on Christmas
Uh-huh.
morning and I put all of their gifts into one bag and tie it up, and it usually is my granddaughter's bag is full of wrapped presents and my grandson's bag is full of wrapped presents. And you only have to make one trip to the car.
That's an amazing idea. So it's like a Mary Poppins bag where it's a bag of boxes and bags and everything else. It's the bag keeps on giving.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love that. That is so smart.
So you
Because
go
you
in
can
their
wear yourself
house
out going back and forth and back and forth and back and
back and
forth to
forth.
the car.
Yes. So you don't drop something and break it, and plus you got all the food to
Absolutely.
carry in too. So yeah.
Yeah. Welcome
Mhm.
back, Craig.
Hey Craig.
There's my King Ballerino. And he's proof that members do exist, and even the high levels of membership get you a fancy title like King Ballerino or Queen Ballerina. And thank you
Yeah.
also for gifting that membership at the beginning of the show. All right, so $3 is going to get you not a large bag, but an extra large gift bag. So big, even a bucket will fit. Once again, it measures 39 inches. That's over 3 feet inches by 18 inches. So it'd be hard to find something that doesn't
And
fit in this bag.
you want me to tell you another secret?
Please.
If you don't want to take down your tree and you have one of those 3 or 4 foot trees, open this bag up, throw it over the top, tie a ribbon around the bottom, and bam, next year your tree is already decorated and lights on it.
Oh, that's a great idea. So you don't have to redo it. I've heard Dolly Parton
Exactly.
does that with her wigs. She'll get them professionally styled and then she'll just, pin a few pieces down so it stays, cover it in a bag, and she'll label, who styled it, how it was styled, wore it, or whatnot. She stores them that way.
Exactly. Because she's a smart woman.
All right, we're on this. Next, I have a snowman. Or maybe it's a snow woman. Can you have a snow woman? I don't know if you can have a snow woman.
Of course you can.
Okay, well, I'm not 100% sure if this is a snowman or a snow woman. It does have a pink and green. I'm going to start this figurine at 7. Here's the hat. It's beautiful on all sides. Let me get you a measurement. It is about 7.5 inches. It's got a nice weight to it. Look at all of the decorative elements. Oh, you love Dolly Parton. Well, I have to admit, I'm not a fan of country music, but Dolly is just so sweet. So I've always wanted to go to her theme park. Never been though. It's yet another place on my bucket list. I tell y'all, my bucket list is like a toad. And even if I don't get a single thing checked off, I'm still happy and blessed. But when you hear great stories or read things in the media, you just keep adding things to your bucket list, and you never know, some of those places you might eventually get to.
You bet.
I'm probably the only non-country music fan that wants to go to Dollywood, but she just seems so sweet, and I love rides.
I've been to Dollywood.
You have? You've been to every place on my bucket list so far. Well, tell us, tell us, tell us.
It is wonderful, and it's even more wonderful at Christmas. It's beautiful, and sometimes, if you're lucky and you go at Christmas time, it's snowing, and you ride the chairlift
Oh,
all the way to the top of the mountain and watch it snow on Dollywood. Oh, it's breathtaking.
oh,
Breathtaking.
that must be spectacular. Oh, I love
It's
that.
amazing. It's
Any
amazing.
interest? $7 for snowman or maybe even snow woman. I don't know why it couldn't be a snow.
Exactly, Lori. Exactly.
Okay, last call on this. I tell you what, let's do a price drop on this. Price drop down to $5. $5.
Y'all getting bargains tonight.
Well, it's a 1 and one, and I hate to keep re-showing this. So when I'm down to only one, and this one started out at only one, therefore I want to save myself time at the auctions because according to my YouTube analytics, people only watch 15 to 19 minutes of my auction on average. So I try to use my time effectively to show that I have multiples. I'll pass on this. Now, next, I want to show you some items I got in bulk. I got this from my look at all these ornaments. You can always tell the stuff from my liquidator because it has all of these barcodes. I'm sure people with cell phones could probably figure it out or crack the code. I'm not that smart because I'm somebody who still has a lamp. But anyway, I bought these in bulk, so I'm going to sell these in bulk, and I think these would be fantastic for the smaller ornaments on your tree. Maybe you have a smaller size tree or maybe wreaths. I think this would be the right size for that. So I'm going to say, let's see, there's 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So really 9 and not 10? Okay, well, let's do $3 starting bid for all of them. So you're getting a glittered red, then you're getting an iridescent, then you're getting a metallic rose gold blush, a metallic red. Here's another iridescent, but this one has some glitter to it. I don't know if y'all can see that. A metallic blush pink, metallic red. Here's another iridescent and a metallic pink. So tons of ornaments here.
So cute.
Oh, and it's the top of the hour. Top of the hour. So $1 bargains. All right, any interest? Are they glass or plastic? Well, let's read the print and see if we can figure out. Let's see. Skin, red, pink, and white Christmas balls made in China. Let's see if I can kind of put my hand in. I'm gonna say plastic. I'm gonna say plastic. They feel light enough to be those shatterproof kind. So they should travel really well, and they're excellent if you have kids or dogs, so that if one were to fall, nobody's going to be stepping on glass or eating glass. Oh, Craig's in for 3. Okay. Oh, reflection here. Sorry. Well, I get more of a reflection there. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Craig. It's like reflection here, reflection there, reflection everywhere. But if you've ever had a glass ornament fall off in the night and then you've woken up barefoot and stepped on it and you're like, oh, no. So you either learn not to use glass ornaments or to always wear flippers. So, it could go either way. Eliminate the glass or eliminate your bare feet. All right, well, let's count this down. This is a one and done, so we can go ahead and sell it off, and then we'll go to our $1 round.
And while they're counting that down, Unfortunately, I have sad news, but it's going to be good news for y'all. Remember that guy I told you I've been
Okay.
married to for 40
Yes,
years?
I
Well,
do.
he is ready to go to bed.
Well, we know that you need to be at his side then, because I'm sure that's part of the secret to your longevity. And we want to thank you so much for co hosting. Fantastic job. We'd love to have you back when your schedule accommodates. You've been just wonderful as always.
Just let me know if you need me, Bill. I will help. You know
Okay.
that. And I'll be in the chat. I'm going to stay in the chat. So if
Oh, great.
anybody needs anything, just yell out and I'll help from the chat.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you, dear.
Love
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye. Okay. We are sold to Craig. All right, next for our $1 round. Now, earlier we had some gift tags that were peel and stick. What is better than peel and stick? What's better than peel and stick? Well, how about something that looks homemade? How about something for when you don't want something to stick on? Like if you're giving a vase, you don't want to stick a sticker on it. How would you put a gift tag on a vase? Well, these gift tags have ribbons. And if you look really closely, there's a little hole punched in these. And that's how you attach them. So, oh, and these aren't just four, you get multiples of each. It's a 12 count. But look how novel and fancy they are that they attach with ribbons. So, these are going to be $1 starting bid for choice because this is Belle's Bargain Bonanza, where everything starts at $1 starting bid. So, that's the first one. Here's the second one. Here's the next one. And once again, here's the ribbons in the back. Let's see, did I get one of each? Oh no, I didn't get the one that says joy. It says joy. Oops, oops. Okay, there's that one. Let me boost the camera up and look down. All right. Now, if you're saying those look so new and shiny, don't you have something that's more old world? I do. These have an old world look to them. Very old world on kind of a craft paper. So there's this option. And this option. And yes, it's got a glittery finish to it. Okay. So there are all the various types. And once again, these tie on with the ribbons. And there's ICU's email in case you need to get in touch with her. Maybe you'd like to have her co-host on your channel or set something up with her. She is a sweetheart. Okay, looking for $1 starting bid for choice on any of these multi-packs. Oops, it's kind of hiding this one. I'm always hiding something. Oops, oops. Okay, any interest? Okay, I see you. It's in for $1. Some of these I have multiples, some of these are one and done. And do y'all see this one in the corner? Best gift ever. Boy, that's a lot of pressure, but it lets people know either which one to start with or which one to end with. Because have you ever had that special thing and you said, like, wait till last, wait till last? Or, hey, I want you to start with one because this one will work with something else or it will go with other things. If you are a person that has that gift that you want them to start or end with, this best gift ever would really help with that. All right, anybody want to bid it up? If not, we'll count it down. We're going once, going twice. And jump in and just try co-hosting. Y'all let me know and I'll drop the link and you can try it, just see what it's like. Okay, we're on fair warning. All right, let's see which ones. One of each. Okay. All right, here's these two from the bottom. And here's the one with Joy in the corner. Here's the one with Marion Bright in the corner. With Ho 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 and that Santa belt in the corner. And best gift ever. So 6 packages of different types to ICU. She's going to be tag ready between this round and the previous round. So for all those things she didn't want to use a sticker on, she'll be able to tie it on. Love it. All right, anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, last call then. And these will be available on the replay since we're not sold out. Now let's look at some gift bags. All right, let me show you what I have. These are going to be a 5-count gift bag set. And I'm going to start these at $5. And these have kind of a craft bag color to them. And here are the 5 designs. So here's the snowman, the Santa, all of these medallions, joyful, and this one's very guy savvy with the deer. And I'm sorry you can only see the first and the last, but that's why I showed you the small pictures of the ones in the middle. Back up so you can see the whole thing. Then I also have this one. This one is Jolly Holly, the trees, Santa, a snowman family, and Merry Christmas with the red truck. Oops, this one was, well, but you saw it. And last but not least, if you'd rather have a bag with a colorful background instead of the craft background, this one says, Santa sees you winking. Here is the polar bear, Christmas, season's greetings, and a snowflake. So those are the three choices. So for $5 starting gift. Always helpful to have some extra gift bags so that if you find you have a last minute gift, you can put one or multiple things in the gift bag and have it ready to go. Any interest? Last call. All right, we will pass on the gift bags then. I have a feeling I may get some messages in replays about those. Okay, next, let's see if anybody likes cookie tins. These are going to be $3 for choice. I have no multiples. I only have one of each. And I love that they have a see-through portion. That one's a snowman. This one says Merry Christmas. And this one, last but not least, is a snowman and village scene. So these are your three choices. $3 for choice. All right, any interest? Now I'm calling it a cookie tin, but really you could put whatever you want to in it. These are brand new. So if you wanted to fill it up with craft supplies, you could. If you wanted to fill it up with cash, you could. You put anything you want to in it. So, oops, kind of covered up snowman in the back. All right, last call on these. All right. Last year, a couple of people said, "Well, I have gift bags, but you didn't actually have any gift paper." And I said, "Well, those rolls are so long, they would be hard and expensive to mail." And somebody said, "But you could get the folding paper." So I had to look and look and look in order to find folding paper. Now, I thought about opening these and selling them individually because you get all of these different types of paper in here. But I thought I'm just going to sell the whole thing as one lot. So $3 for the whole lot of different Christmas papers. This will be lot number one. Here is lot number two. This one has a pink background. This one also has a pink background. I realize not everybody is into pink. Some of us are, some of us are not. So this one they both have red trucks, but this one has a white background. This one has a pink background. When you flip it over, this one has gingerbread, and this one has Santa. So $3, you get the whole sealed package of Christmas wrap. Okay, any interest in the Christmas wrap? All right, we're going to pass them. All right, next. Any Star Wars fans out there? This is a Christmas Star Wars coloring book. I'm going to start this at $2. $2. It is by Disney, and you'll see it's got all kinds of Star Wars games and puzzles and coloring. So it's coloring and activities. So $3. Oh, and Lori says those are easier to use than those huge rolls. Good to know. And here's the back. Apparently, you can cut this out and make a little puzzle. Okay, last call on this. This one's a one and done. All right, next I've got some garden flags. These garden flags are going to be $5 for choice. All garden flags measure 12 by 18. Look at this, sweetie pie. Back it up. Nice little jaunty Santa hat on this cute little dog for a Christmas flag. But maybe you like dogs, but that's not really your favorite dog. Well, look at this dog. Super cute. We're going to call this the blonde dog. Next, here is a snowman. Oh, I said starting bed. I should have said buy it now. Should have said buy it now, just like the pillow covers. Buy it now. Now, for those of you that just want it more simple, I've got Merry Christmas with Forest. Really great for guys, nice and simple. Here's another cute doggy with a Santa hat. Look at this cutie pie. For those of you that wonders, why does a garden flag always have to be rectangular? This one is round at the bottom. And look at all these gnomes just lined up. And they're not all the same. See, some of them have a V-shaped beard. Some of them have a U-shaped beard. Some of them have pigtails. Here is Santa talking to a red bird, or maybe it's a cardinal. I don't know one bird from another. Y'all forgive me. And then last but not least, I get this one open. I don't know why I didn't pre-open this one. Come on. Uh-huh. Here is one more gnome. And look at his little reindeer ears. Oh, and also the welcome has the candy as the, oh, okay. Oh, and look, there's candies here too. All right, looking for $5. $5, buy it now. And if y'all need to see any again or see some closer, let me know. Okay, any interest? You know, sometimes we get so busy trying to get all of these lighted displays in, but what about during the day? To me, a garden flag is one of those cute things for your neighbors, for yourself, for people who walking past your house that are walking their dogs, for your mail carrier. Because the lights are pretty at night, but what about during the day? Or maybe you're to the age where you just can't put up a big lighting display. This is still a little cute touch so that people know that it's Christmas. Okay, last call on the garden flags then. Okay, next $3. I have an acrylic or maybe it's melamine tray. Turn out the light. No, I still have a glare. Regardless of which light I have on, I have a glare. This one is a good size, but it's going to be just $3 because it is like a plastic acrylic melamine. So this is perfect for all your Christmas cookies or a big ham, a turkey, a roast. Um, so nice big size, heavy duty, not gonna bend at all. Super duper heavy duty. And even though I'm the first person to always say Jesus is the reason for the season, there may be some people who only celebrate winter rather than Christmas. And this one just says winter wishes. Okay, any interest? All right, well, let me show you some fancy Hallmark ornaments. I love showing these. We're going to make these $7. Buy it now. Now, I can't possibly show you every one I have, but I'm going to show you a few. And if there are certain ones that you collect or you want to see, you can let me know and I will try to locate them and bring them for Monday. So let me turn back on the light. Here's the first one, $7. Buy it now from Frozen. Here is Olaf, and he's giving you hugs. Next, the original snowman, Frosty. And you'll notice these all say Hallmark. They're collectible. Beautiful luster on Frosty. You'll claim them with their name. Next, here is Batman. From Toy Story, here is Woody. Oops, upside down, sorry. From Nightmare Before Christmas, here is Jack Skellington. Oh, and this is one of the premium ornaments, which is why it is all golden tone. All right, make some room and show you a few more. I should have probably just shown them and put them back in the box rather than hanging them up here. Oh, I'm out of practice. Okay, next we have Minecraft. Next on the premium ornaments, we have Snitch, and he apparently is from Harry Potter. From Sesame Street, here is sweet little Elmo. Next, from Frozen, I have sweet little Anna. For you Barbie lovers, look right here at Holiday Barbie. So pretty. Next, I've got Rudolph. Oh, wait, I see $7. It's buy it now. So when you put in your 7, just let me know which you're buying for 7, please. Next, I have Harry Potter. Also from Toy Story, I have Buzz Lightyear. And look at him sprinting. Woo-wee, that's a sprint. Harry. Okay, was that the Harry Potter Snitch, or was that the Harry Potter with the big glasses? You can say gold or say boy. I think they're both Harry Potter. I just want to make sure I put the right one in the soul pen for you. Or maybe you want both. Both. Okay. Fantastic. I do want to let y'all know if you need two, I have two. I'm doubting you need two, but you never know. Sometimes people will have, you know, twin nephews or twin grandsons. So I do have a second one in case you need two or somebody else in the chat needs one. Okay. Next, from Paw Patrol, I have Chase. How cute is Chase? Next one is Fire Truck. Look at this classic fire truck in honor of Tonka. Okay, for the Avengers fans, we have Captain America. Here is a dinosaur, but a Christmas dinosaur. Look, he's holding a candy cane, and I'm not sure if y'all can tell, he has a little Santa hat on. Look at that dinosaur. Super cute. Oh, here's another Harry Potter one. It looks like he's doing something with, I guess, a wand. I'm starting to say a sword. Look at the way the cape is flying. So here's another Harry Potter one. Oh, Captain America. Okay. Captain America sold to Lori. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Next, we have Bumblebee. And it's kind of a robot type guy. I want to say it's from the Transformers movie. Here's a different Buzz Lightyear. The first one, he was running, and this one, he's just kind of standing there. Oh, attention Star Trek, and the Trekkies. This one is Spock, and he's doing that weird hand thing that he does. Wonder Woman. Okay, here's Wonder Woman. Oh, you're a huge Captain America fan. Well, fantastic. I'm more of a fan of Chris Pratt, but yeah, either way, he's pretty hunky. All right, for Star Wars fan, we had a Star Trek. This one apparently is Star Wars. This guy is the Mandalorian. And look how detailed it is with all of his armor and his various accoutrements. Okay, Star Wars. Oh, here's another Star Wars one. This one's name is Grogu. I hope I'm saying that right. I might not be. Grogu. Look at the ears on that little sweetie pie. Look at the ears. And this is not all the ornaments I have. These are just one tray of the ornaments that I got out to show tonight. This one is called Leg Lamp. I'm not exactly sure how this is Christmas. Oh, well, it says A Christmas Story. Okay, Leg Lamp. Okay, if y'all need to see any of these again, let me know. Otherwise, we will go on to something else. But I know I showed some of these kind of sort of quick. So if any of these went by too quick, y'all let me know. And I'll be glad to show them. Okay, next, $3 for choice. I want to show some DIY kits. Okay, so $3. I may have too much light. Okay, so in these kits, you get the paintbrush, you get all of the paint, and then you get the figurine. And it says it's fun and easy. So here's the first one. Okay, all right, good, good, good. All right, so $3 for choice. Here's the first one. It's the snowman holding a package with a top hat. Oh, and here's the contents. So you get the plaster figurine, the paintbrush, and the strip of paint. All right, let me bring y'all closer. So that's the first one. Here's the second one. This one, he has on more of a Santa hat. So $3 for choice. For those of y'all that prefer a gnome, here's a cute little gnome. I think my favorite Christmas movie, well, when I was growing up, we would watch this old black and white one that my parents liked called Holiday Inn. And I thought it was so novel that this inn had different holidays. So I always thought it was shortchanged that we only saw Christmas because I'm like, why couldn't we see it for Easter? Why couldn't we see it for? And they're like, it's about, if it's called a Holiday Inn, why can't we see all of the holidays? Because that's the thing about it is they were supposed to celebrate all of the holidays. Okay. Any interest on these? Um, However, when I got to pick movies that I liked, my favorite movie of my own choosing was called Christmas Cranks. And it was all about this family that would do elaborate decorations, but yet their daughter went off to college. She said, well, I'm not coming home. So they just decided they weren't going to decorate and they'd just go on a cruise instead. And then at the last minute, she says, oh, I am going to come home and I'm going to bring somebody with me. So all of a sudden, they had to put up all the decorations and get all the food and get all the cleaning and done. And they ended up having to get friends and neighbors to help them. And it was a whole last minute chaos. Melissa says her favorite was White Christmas. Nice. Another great old black and white one. Okay, anybody for $3 to paint these cute little figurines? You get the paintbrush, you get the paint, you get everything that we need. If anybody else wants to share their favorite Christmas movie, y'all feel free. I'm always interested in what it might be. A Homecoming, the Waltons. Oh, nice. I always confuse the Waltons with Little House on the Prairie. I don't know why. I see them and I never know which it's a rerun of. Okay, let's pass on these. Okay, $3 for, I think this is such a cute snowman sign. It says joy, and you'll see it is multi-layered. So it has a wooden background. Then it has smaller wooden pieces put on. See how the snowflake is on? Then it has wooden beads. Then the wooden beads are holding another sign. Then it has the greenery. And look back here, it has a kickstand. And just for safety, the kickstand also has a ribbon to it. So this is an elaborate snowman. $3. And you'll see it stands up 11 inches. And Lord J says a Smoky Mountain Christmas. Now that sounds like it would be a Dolly kind of a movie. You know, for those of you that don't know, Dolly Parton made a whole bunch of movies. Everybody knows that she did 9 to 5. And I think she did one where she was a DJ or worked at a radio station. But she's also had a lot of sweet little independent type movies as well. Okay, looking for $3 for this big snowman that says joy. Oh, Lady Braven's favorite is Tom Hanks in Polar Express. Excellent choice. Oh, that was Straight Talk. Okay. I knew there was another one. I just could not think of its name. Is Smoky Mountain Christmas the one where she's trying to hurry home to do a Christmas show, but stuff keeps getting in the way and they keep breaking down on their way to do a Christmas show? Am I remembering that right? Or am I making that plot up in my head? It could be a movie of somebody else's. There's some Christmas movie with some kind of singer type that has that as a plot. Okay, last call on this. I see my numbers are falling, falling, falling. So I'm going to show one more thing and then we're going to call it a night. The last one, $2. Look at this cute snowman. Not quite as tall, which is why this one's only going to be $2. It says warm and cozy, but I really think these look cute together. The bigger sign, I'm going to say smaller sign or medium. It's not really small. It's still 7.5 inches tall. So $3, $2. I'll give just a minute if anybody wants to get it in the lag. But once again, I want to thank ICU for joining me as my co-host. I want to thank Lori J for basically being spontaneously assigned to do the list and being so kind enough to say yes and just spring into action. God bless you for that. I feel kind of bad that you're new to my channel and we're putting you to work, sweetie pie, but thank you, thank you. And to Melissa McIntosh for joining my squad of mods on a regular basis, for running both my Saturday and my Tuesday auction. Fortunately, she gets a night off on Monday when Jane runs my auction, but yet still she shows up and says hi to everybody and even offers Jane a break. And I always appreciate that. So thank you to everybody who has helped me. Also want to thank the bidders and the buyers and even those who just showed up to chat and to click the thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I say come back Monday at 7 p.m. and let's do this all again. Laissez les bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll. Roll in your life, roll in your heart, roll in your soul. Roll on and on and on. May God bless you.